Alright, so I'm going to do a comms check right about now. So I'm going to wait until there's some people in the chat room, and then I'm going to do a comms check to make sure that you can hear me. With a bit of luck, you will be able to hear me. So, put this in the tripod. Okay, give me a second, guys.
I believe the Greek.
Hello, Ned Kelly. So we are here at Speaker's Corner. It is Sunday, I think it's the 28th today. Yeah, I think it's the 28th. So what I want to know is, are you able to hear me, first and foremost? So let me know if you can hear me, because I've got a mic here. So mic check, mic check. Can the chat room let me know if you can hear me? I'm using this. So you can. So I know it's a little bit sensitive and it can end up being quite loud. So there seems to be quite a lot of interest. We've literally just got the banner down within the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes. There's Barry here, Reese is here, Jason's here, Lou's here. Yeah, there's a good few people here so far. And I'll come to the chat room in a minute because I'm not close enough to the phone to hear the chat room. So, yeah, it's a little bit overcast today. I'm not sure if it's going to rain. I'm not entirely sure what the weather's going to do. If someone can have a look at the weather for me, that'd be great, because I haven't looked. Hello, my darling, you're right. Someone can have a look at the weather, because I haven't bought an umbrella or a jacket. Oh, I think I might have a jacket in my bag. But yeah, I haven't become prepared for rain. So, yeah. Okay, let me come to the chat room. Okay. Ned Kelly, Ethel Sky, Clive Albert, JHNB, Ryan FE Philippines, UK True 2222, David Scriven. Hi. So, sorry, I'm putting the camera like that because I need to read it. So, today, obviously, we're going to have as many interactions as possible here. Let me do that. You can see there's a lot of people around, a lot of people having a chit chat. I'm going to pan the camera around so you can see. Already, it's just coming up to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, GMT London time. And you can see really all the way down to the cafe, which is all the way down there. Cafe is all the way down there. So, all the way round. Cool. That'd be good if it doesn't rain. So it is pretty busy. There's no arguing or anything so far. And everyone's having pretty healthy interactions so far. I'm going to take the camera in. Been in a bit of a rush this morning. So I'm only just having my coffee now. So as soon as I finish drinking this, I'm going to dive in and start having interactions. I want to know from you guys in the chat room today, is there anything in specifically you would like me to bring up with people today? Is there anything you want to hear? Yep, Jason's here. He is, hang on, zoom in. There. Oh, sorry about the crap zooming in capabilities there. But yeah, Jason's there. Just having some interactions there with those people. And there's Zoo and Barry. They're having some interactions with people. Ninja Man, hi. There's another lady here with some film crew who's talking to people. Obviously, you all know the guy in the cowboy hat, screaming at people as usual. So we've come kind of far enough away from him so he doesn't drown us out. And yeah, over there we've just got the normal set of people that are just having the interactions that they usually have every week. So there's nothing really much out of the norm here. As far as interactions are concerned, everything seems pretty calm, cool and collected so far, which is good. So yeah, we've been set up here for about 20-25 minutes, and I will keep on going for as long as we're here. We're not going to be here as long today, unfortunately. We're going to have to break out at about 3:30, about 3 hours from now. We're going to have to leave. And as you know, next month the tour starts on the 29th of August. So I highly doubt, I would like to hope that I'm going to be able to come here next month, but unfortunately, I'm probably going to be involved with everything that the tour and the convention is doing. So I'm not going to be able to do that next month. And the month after, which is September, um, also I'm going to be involved in the tour as of the 16th of September, which is going over to Europe. So again, I'm not going to be here to do it in September. And again, in October, I'm still going to be involved in the tour. So again, I'm not going to be able to participate in Speaker's Corner. So actually, realistically speaking, today is the last day I'm going to be at Speaker's Corner until probably November, purely down to the participation with the Global Tour and conventions. So yeah, I would say, I would implore anybody who is within reach of London or able to do so to at least come down here, observe the interactions, even be a part of the interactions if you can do, because myself, I know that I'm not going to be able to be here. I hope that Rubin and other people will be able to pick up the slack as far as that's concerned, because it would be a shame if this conversation wasn't to be, perpetually taken forward throughout these next few months. I really would hope it doesn't flatline. So yeah, I'm going to give it all I can today for the next 3 hours and try and showcase as much as I can the interactions and the vibe and mood around the banner. Hello, Dolly, darling, you're right. Yeah, you can see the banner's there. It's going to stay there. We've got some leaflets. We've got some bits and pieces for the convention if people are interested as well. And we're going to try and interact with people in as healthy way as possible today. Going to try and stay away from negative interactions. Why does it matter? Okay, so UK Truth has said, I want you to bring up. Hello, my darling. You alright? Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. Hello, sweetheart. You alright, darling? Mwah, good to see you. So yeah, UK Truth said, I want you to bring up anyone that says, why does it matter? Doesn't mean that they're technically a flat earther. When I speak to people, I just get them to admit that there's a small possibility. Okay, wait, I'm trying to wrap my head around what you just said there. Maybe I should just carry on drinking my coffee at this point, because I'm reaching right about now. So, oh, cakes at the park. Wow. Um, when I speak to people, I get them to admit that there's a small possibility. It doesn't mean yeah, UK Truth. You might have to reiterate that, because I'm a bit baffled with that one. But thank you for your input. I'm gonna, if you can just reiterate that in a way that I can wrap my head around. Am I reading that wrong? I want to think anyone that says why does it matter doesn't mean doesn't that mean they're technically a flat earth? Oh right, doesn't that mean? Sorry. See, that's what I'm saying. I need to drink some more coffee. Doesn't that mean that they're technically a flat earther? When I speak to people, I get them to admit that there's a small possibility. So, all right, yeah. So now I get what you mean. What you're saying is, when someone says why does it matter, are you saying that the avenues that they're mentally exploring to even respond to that question are in some way meaning that they're still exploring the possibilities of it not being what we're taught? If that's the case, then yeah, cool, I understand. But Alison, I know, like it's not enough coffee yet. um, so yeah, UK Truth, can you tell me, is that in the context in which you mean? If that is the case, I'm happy to know to bring that up. Everybody knows the government is corrupt. The sweepers, as I call them, just don't go any further than that, because it's a reality that is hard to accept. Yeah, well done. So I'm going to pan round, and there is Mr. Real and his gorgeous girly Maggie. And they are eating some super scrumptious looking. I'm going to let you see these cupcakes. These cupcakes are insane. Wow, look. What? This is where you realise Roxanne's not professional. I've got the best of intentions, but I'm not professional. Oh, that's like food porn. Slightly like food porn. As soon as I saw those cakes, yeah, I was having cake mentia. Not boob minch. I was having cake mincher.
You forgot about everything else.
I started mumbling. I was like, cake.
That's a good one.
Those cakes are looking scrummy. So,
Well, help yourself, man.
thank you, sweetheart. So, Bill and Maggie are here. And there's a nice vibe so far. I got here and I was like, okay, it's cool, calm and collected just now. Just now. We'll see how long it stays this way for. But so far, so
We've
good.
got a couple of people come down supporting the channel as well.
Nice.
From all over the country.
Nice. Nice. We have as well. Where is he? This guy in the black top. He's come down from Wolverhampton. So we've had a few people coming on coaches today to London. I love that. I love that. I've only got to drive across London, but other people are there doing big 4-hour journeys, 5-hour journeys, leaving their house at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Yeah. So yeah, massive respect to everybody that's come out to Speaker's Corner today that has made in somewhat of a pilgrimage to the city to do that. I know Jason has. Jason lives all the way down in Devon, so he's like a 4 or 5 hour drive to get to London. So it is lovely to see that people have gone the extra mile and actually made the effort to be here. And I can promise you this, yeah, this much I can promise you. It's well worth coming here. It is well worth coming here. And as I said, until November, I highly doubt that I'm going to be able to be back here until then, just because of the involvement with the tour. So, with that being said, I would implore anyone that is within feasible reach of coming to London to do this, to just be here and be part of the conversation. You don't need a banner to come here and be part of the conversation. You yourself just need to be here. So you just need to be physically here. Like, it needs to be a self-evident truth that you're here, taking part in whatever's going on here, because you will have a chance to speak about what you're passionate about. Whether you've got a soapbox, a banner, or just a bit of chalk, like Trinity 4, who's brought out chalk before, and just get the chalk out on the tarmac. So, yeah, first and foremost, I want to thank everyone who's taking the time to be here with us this afternoon. We're going to be rolling for about 2.5, 3 hours. And as I said, I'm going to try and take you in, and we're going to try and have some interactions with people. I'm going to bring you closer to the fence. And at that point, you can see Roxanne's not a professional yet. Roxanne's trying, but she's not professional. At times, the camera just drops. It all goes pear-shaped sometimes. So, yeah, I'm going to try and take you in there, and we'll go and have some interactions. I kind of need to get this tripod set up on first, though, because it's just a bit slow. You can see that my phone slightly likes to just freaking drop. So we're going to try and turn it around and do that. So that way it will. Sorry, right, I'm in the chat room now. Okay, so Stephen Saragavi Burrell, do you flat types? I don't really like the way you're constructing your questions, if I'm being honest. You're making a lot of assumptions. Whole heap of assumptions there. So, yeah. Thank you very much for everyone that's taken the time to be here with us so far. Like I said, we're going to be here for the next 2 to 3 hours, and we're going to go in now and have some. Sorry, I'm just seeing the chat room now. Sorry. Yeah, I did. I got cake mention actually. Cake mention set in. Okay, so right now I'm going to take the tripod. I'm just going to start moving the whole ramshackle setup, because it is a bit of a ramshackle setup over, and I'm going to try to keep my phone safe and somehow get in there and have some kind of interactions that you can hear with a bit of luck. Babes, I'm just moving it all over here so I can keep the tripod nearer the fence. Is that all right? Yeah. So, okay. So, I'm trying to think how best to do this, guys. Sorry about the mic issues for a second. So, obviously, over yonder, there's a couple of regular trolls. So if you look there, top left, the guy holding the white cup behind Barry. Yeah, I'm not wasting my time on individuals like that today. Yeah, I will be honest with you, the trolls are kind of swarming in that sense. So I'm just gonna pick and choose my battles wisely today. I'm not going to waste my time on trolls, but I am finding the interactions that are going on just now incredibly calm, cool. People referencing the leaflets. It's good. What I'm trying to work out, guys, is I'm trying to work out how I can keep my tripod and Jason's over there having an interaction. He's just off camera. Look, he's just there, Jason. And with respect to the other people that are around, I'm just like I have to walk quite far away from my phone, and there's always some kind of people looking like they're looking to cause trouble. So with that being said, I just think I might stay by the tripod on my phone for now, and I might just reach out to people from here and stay beside my phone and stay right beside my phone, if that's all right with you guys, because as you can see, my phone literally just dropped again. So got it back a bit so that I can stand in front of it near the fence, which is just here. Can you see the fence? And right there's the grass. So I'm trying to stand just there so that I can project myself out there and you can hear. I know. This tripod, it's like it just doesn't like my phone. It's like it just constantly wants to spit my phone out. Not cool. Okay. Right, with a bit of luck, you guys will hear the interactions that I'm having. So, if I turn you, see, turn you around like that. Hopefully the phone's not going to let go of the tripod. Yeah? So, what do you guys make of this? What's your thoughts on this?
I don't believe the world's flat. It's like a fun movie.
Is this banner in its entirety telling you that it's flat necessarily though? Is this banner in its entirety actually telling you it's flat? Or is that what you've taken from the banner?
I haven't read the whole banner.
Okay, because I've seen that you've been looking at it for quite a while and laughing and joking, and I asked because it's my banner, and I've orchestrated this banner to actually just show you that the claim that's been made is false. But your response to me telling you that the claim that's been made is false is that you don't believe it's flat. What my question is to you is, why do you believe the claim that's been taught?
Well, I've only looked at this one, but I don't think those pictures are. I don't know. I haven't.
Why wouldn't you think they're fake? Well, why would you believe them?
It's just on the balance of probability. I go they're real.
And can you explain the balance of probability to me?
Well, I haven't been up into space and shut the pictures down.
No, but you said the balance of probability tells you that they're probably not fake. So can you explain that a bit deeper to me?
Well, it's your word against everyone else's.
And the guy that's designed one, his word stands for nothing, I take it. Have a look, my darling.
They believe the Earth is a round disc and that the South Pole
No,
is actually
no,
China.
no, no. Don't speak for me, thank you. No, I don't believe that, thank you.
You're the flat earth.
No, no. See, please don't speak for me because I'm not. Okay? All we're stating is this model that you've been taught is not correct. It is incorrect. Our natural observations can show from the radius that we're all taught our planet is, we can see too far for it to be what we're taught. We're not making a claim to any of you today. None of us are here, standing here, claiming anything. What we're telling you, no, I'm a globe denier, thank you very much. I'm not a flat earther. There is a fundamental difference, my darling. I'm not standing here making a claim. I'm telling you, the claim that has been made is not entirely accurate. And I would like to know why. And I would like to know other people's reasonings for if they believe the claim that's been taught, which, by the way, has been taught in a partisan fashion, backed up by propaganda, media, and Hollywood. We're given the same CGI images at school. Can I finish what I'm speaking passionately about, please? Thank you. The images we're given in school are the same images that are used in NASA movies. NASA is in the movies, NASA is in partisan education, which technically is illegal. Thank you very much. I'm not finished. When I'm finished, you can have your time, yeah? So I'm just going to finish by making a massive disclaimer to everybody that's listening to me. I am not a flat earther. I am a globe denier. There is a fundamental difference. If you wish to talk to me about as such in a civilized fashion, I will do so. But I do not believe in any theories that are claiming any flying discs in space, my darling. That's absolutely ludicrous. Okay? I prefer not to believe anymore. Looking at everything I've been taught and trying to match it up with my natural observations, I would prefer not to believe.
What shape do you think it's
I don't have to think it is a shape. That's the thing. Don't put me in a holding position. I don't. I tell you what, I'm okay. I'm okay with not believing. I'm okay with not believing anything man gives me to hold in some kind of idol. What's incredible to me is that you all hold so dear to your heart something that's been taught to you by the ministries of education. Bravo. Bravo to all of you. Bravo. Well done. I don't think it is a shape. All I know is what it's not. I don't need to know what it is, my friends. Listen to what I'm saying, darling. You asked me a question, let me finish. What shape do you think it is? Why are you trying to put me in a basket like that? I'm telling you, I don't need to know what it is to know what it isn't. All I'm telling you is what it isn't. I'm not trying to stand here telling you what it is. Don't put that on me. Do you know what? Jose Mourinho, bad boy football manager, he said something that's brilliant, yeah? That's a bad question. You're making it look like it's my fault. You're making it look like it's my problem when it's not. That's a bad question. It's not a good question. So I don't like that question. I'm not answering it. Peace out. Peace out. You keep giving me program responses, mate. I'm not answering them. Peace out. Peace out. So on that note, I've made a disclaimer. They might not like it, but I said it. So there you have it. Program responses don't work with me. Hello, darling. You're right. I don't like program responses. They jar me. They trigger me actually a little bit because people will look at my whole banner and tell me about they don't believe it's flat. What model am I pushing there, please? Honestly, Maggie, am I pushing a model there? Am I? But everyone's program response is telling them Pete's edition space. And I'm looking at my thing and I'm going, honestly, Maggie, please tell me, is there something on my banner that's telling you Pete's edition space? Is there anything on that banner that's making you go down a path that's making you think, nothing there is telling you that, is it? So I'm asking Maggie, who's here. So what?
They should really consider
That's what I'm saying, but what they're doing is they're reading it and they're giving a program response. And that's the bit that I'm trying to get past. I'm trying to get past that so we can have a civilized conversation. All they want to do is ridicule people as flat earthers. And that guy tried to speak for us and tell people we're flat earth society. Oh my God. Like, who is he to try and tell me I'm a member of, oh my days, fam. I'm sorry, that just really jarred me.
usually people when they don't understand something they're trying to criticize it and make
Why
fun
is he
of it.
trying to get me to say what it is when I'm trying to tell people what it's not? That's the bit that's jarred me a little bit. I'm just like, how did we get here? Maybe that's what I'm gonna ask. How did we get here, please? How can someone in the chat room help me out here? How do we get here? All I'm doing with this banner is taking their ball away. I'm just taking their ball away with this banner. I'm fighting my phone drops. Wait, let me turn it around. Bang. I'm just taking their ball away, guys. I'm just taking their ball away. I'm just taking their ball away. I'm just taking their ball away. Please tell me how we got here. Wait, I took their ball away and man said, where's the edge? I took his ball away and he said, where's the edge? What shape do you think it is? You see? Why? How do we get there? It's the program responses. It has to be the program responses, Maggie. I need to smoke something. I'm straight. Oh, look. Chemtrail crew here. That's what brightened up my day. You know what? And just like a sign, just when I was ready to start pulling my hair out already. See, this is why maybe it's good that I'm not coming here for a bit after today. It's probably a good thing. Because maybe I do need a break. It's been a journey, you lot. Listen, I tried to kind of talk myself into not getting triggered. not getting aggravated. But when people give me stupid programmed responses, I'm like, can we get past it, please? Gosh, gosh. Just, I need to calm down. That's what I need to do. Just need to calm it down. I'm just trying to not swear first and foremost. I'm trying to not lose my complete cool and get like actually angry. And why do people ask stupid questions like that? Is the end of the world still due? What's wrong with people? Okay, so thank you very much to everybody that's been here so far. I'm going to try and calm myself down a little bit because, as I say, got a little bit. I got triggered. I got triggered. I'm just going to say why I got triggered. If everyone was watching, what I really didn't freaking appreciate was the guy that was stood there tried to tell the whole crowd that we're flat earthers and we think it's a pizza dish in space. He literally tried to talk over me and control the crowd and tell them I'm that, and that was me. That was me. Triggered AF. I can't hack it. I can't hack that. Don't try and bin and label me like that and put me in a basket where you're making out I'm making some kind of absurd claims. It's not an absurd claim to tell people the model that we've all been taught, by the way, in a partisan fashion internationally is not accurate. We can clearly and observably see it's flat. As far as the eye can see, there's no evidence of curve. The radius that they've all taken as their assumption is poppycock. Okay? Poppycock. Absolute poppycock. Yes. Kelvin, don't fight for the base. Exactly. But I could not have none of that man telling however many people that I'm a flat earther and I'm from the Flat Earth Society and I think it's a disc in space. Maddox. I've not come here for over a year to tell people the ball that they all think they live on is false and that they've been lied to on a catastrophic scale. I've never come here and told people what I think it is. All I've said when it comes down to it, and you can probably go back through all of my content and see, is that I am prepared to entertain the conversation of an infinite plane, only because ballers are prepared to entertain the conversation of infinite space in a civilized fashion. And so I'm like, okay, well look, if you're prepared to entertain the conversation of infinite space, I'm prepared to entertain the conversation of an infinite plane. Not that I think I can claim it is, but I'm saying I'd be far more interested in exploring the possibilities of that. And with that being said, that's probably what Space Force is for anyway. I remember Mr. President of the United States said it's not what you think while he was pointing up, and then said that Space Force is going to explore new horizons, which to me sounds like over yonder, not up. So it looks like, to me, infinite land is probably more doable than infinite space, you know? So yeah, zero facts for infinite, but all I'm saying is on a socially acceptable platform, what it worries me that people can have, socially accepted conversations about infinite space, and I'm not allowed to have socially accepted conversations about infinite land past the South Pole. So yeah, yeah. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, I just got jarred by that guy trying to tell people I'm a flat earther and I'm from the Flat Earth Society. That's why I got riled up in the first place, and I'm just here taking a chill pill, calming down, and relaxing for a hot second while everyone else battles it out. But you know what? I will give you some context of what's going on and how big the crowd is. That's what's going on just now, and there's everywhere else. Okay? So you can roughly see the size of the crowd that's here. So I'm going to come into the chat room now. I want to thank you all for taking the time to be here. And just while I do that, I've got to hook up the battery. I've got to hook up the battery. Yes. Thank goodness for this, because if it wasn't for this, my phone would not charge. So let's get this one. Oh mate, you have to start getting the whistles. Why do they have to make up so much noise? Okay. Wow, that's really bad. My battery did not last for very long at all. So with a bit of luck, I will now be able to mobile charge at the same time as live streaming, which I'm praying down that my phone manages to handle. So yeah, really, the program responses are going to somewhat get it from me today. I'm not having people coming at me with program responses about models that can't be proved. I'm not out here pushing models. I'm just out here telling them that the model that has been taught is not accurate. It's not. It's not. It's not good. It's not good. They've been lied to. They've been lied to in the worst way possible. Right from the get go, guys. Right from the get go. So I'm quite interested though at how people are looking at the banner and coming out with those kind of programs. That's why I'm interested to know how we got there. How have we got there? If anyone wants to help me out in the chat room with that, that'd be great. So Ginger Sugarbush 905, Kelvin Currens, Mohammed Haroon, The Astral Thief, UK Truth, Flat Earth Dude. Roxanne, do you think all of the universities are in on this perception? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Equal Sky. Gonna do Robert Mustache, Ninja Man, Robert's Glasses, The Truth Subscribe to Me, Tabs P, Dr. LA0206, Juan Carlos, Josh Corey of the Iron Realm, um, Salinalian, thank you so much for the mods in the chat as well, doing what they do best, Effie Ryan, and whoa. Yeah, that, you know what? I did have a bone to pick with Jason about that, but I was like, you know what? He's already wearing it. He showed up wearing it, so I couldn't really make him. You know, he came in a vehicle, I came in a vehicle, and we both parked up. So he got out of the vehicle, and I was like, Jason. On the front, he's got the hoax design, and he has got www.festart.co.uk on the back of the t-shirt. So yeah, you know, either way. I personally, that's not going to be me wearing garments like that now. So, Astral, that'd be awesome if you could drop by. Awesome. I'm going to be wearing Globe Live stuff from here on in if I do wear stuff. But more time, I just give out leaflets and cards. I've got a stack of cards at John Paul's as well, which take everybody to John Dawes' YouTube channel, which I think is a brilliant one-stop shop. And everyone that John Dawes subscribed to, for viewers to check out, is pretty much a safe destination for everybody. So I'm pretty confident in handing out John Dawes cards as well. So shout out John Dawes as well for all of the hard work and effort that he puts into make some of the best reputable content on YouTube as far as I'm concerned. One of the most underrated content makers out there, in my opinion. And also, shout out Iron Realm Media. I see Josh Corey in the chat room earlier on as well. Thank you so much for being here as well. And thank you all so much for your support on these streams every month that I come here. As I said earlier on, for people that are just tuning in, hold on, you might be able to hear me for a hot second. For people that are just tuning in, realistically speaking, I'm probably not going to be back here for about 3 months until November because of the Global Eye Tour. Sorry guys, I really am trying to make my tripod hold my phone today, and it's just like triple jinxing what is going on today. Okay. Crikey. Alright. Sorry guys. Hopefully you can still see and hear. So yeah, for people that have just tuned in, this is going to be my last speaker's corner for a few months because next month the tour starts. And then the month after that I'm involved in the tour throughout Europe. And the month after that I'm involved in the tour around Europe. And so the next time I come here will be the end of November. So I would massively implore anybody who's within reach of here to come here over the next few months and hold down the conversation that we've been having here over the last year, because it has been a perpetual heartbeat of awareness. It has been a perpetual conversation of telling people, if you have not questioned what you... Oh, crikey. Sorry, guys. The amount of Sorry if you couldn't hear me there. The amount of technical difficulties I'm having is insane. Right. It's difficult. This phone really does not want to stay here. And I'm doing this so I can keep my phone still for you. So, yeah, anybody who can get down here over the next few months, I would massively implore you to do so, because I think it's been great to keep these interactions going, because this is a problem that's not going to go away. I don't want people to think this is just some trend that's come up. Everyone can clearly see the model that we've been taught is not accurate. We see far further than we should. Everywhere that we can clearly see is observably flat. We've got no evidence of curve anywhere. If you tune into Nathan Oakley's debate on a daily basis, I haven't seen anyone bring any evidence to him thus far. So, low mic. All right, I don't know what to do about that, right? So, I'm trying to help. Is that helpful? Can you hear me better now? Is that any better? Yeah? Hello? Can anyone hear me? Ninja Man, well said. Ninja Man, can you put the link for Nathan Oakley's channel in the chat, please? Just in case anyone's confused, I would implore them to spend the afternoon watching some of the toe tag playlist. It's a good playlist. So yeah, Ninja, awesome. Cheers, buddy. So I'm also having problems charging my phone as well. Astro, is that better? Yeah. So maybe I'll put my hair over my mic and possibly that'll stop the wind. Hold on. Okay, well, I'm doing my best here to give you a decent sound and visual. That is about all I can do right now. And if I can, I will. I'm going to try and go and not. But people give such stupid program responses. Any advice for how to stay chilled through stupid program responses, guys? What's everyone's best advice for that? Does anyone even have advice? Because there's a crowd of people there, and I'm going to go and ask them their thoughts. And I'm going to see what they think. Yeah. Oh, that's if my camera doesn't keep dropping. Like, this is jokes, man. Right. I should have brought some tape with me or something, because this is not working. My phone keeps on dropping. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of its case. Sorry, I just know that 2 minutes after I start talking to these people, yeah, 2 minutes after I start talking to these people, they're going to end up, you're not going to end up hearing anything. Okay. But there's a bunch of people behind me, which I'll show you in a minute. I don't particularly feel very safe about leaving my phone in here. So, you see, my phone is right here by a load of people that don't look like they're here to be very helpful. So I'm going to take my camera closer again. And I'm going to see what's good, because it looks like I'm standing next to a clown show. Hopefully the camera's going to stay on. Just trying to keep it in a good position, but a safe position.
No. What is the religion of Hebrew? You cannot say that. What is the religion of Hebrew? Islam. No, the lie. Share the Quran. Share the Quran. Hold on, share the Quran. Okay, show me where it says Christianity or Judaism, Holy Tradition.
Okay, hopefully you can hear me. So See,
Which Harry is, man.
Barry?
Did you see them people? Did you see that blonde woman getting triggered?
No. Well, oh wait,
She
that's
was
what I
trying
was
to
using my
laugh, yeah.
camera for.
I just said, okay, how come you can see from the Calais?
What did she have?
She ran away.
She had nothing.
She ran away.
You know, like when you're on your
Apparently
computer and the
20
circle
years.
comes up and it spazzes out. You know, when you're loading up on your laptop and the circle comes up. That's what happens. It happens a lot. It's disappointing though, isn't it? Because you give them a fact and then they just go. They'll either give you a triggered yucky homonym, or they'll just kind of go. And that'll be it. Day ruined. You've ruined it. She's gonna walk off now and go. But for real, Dover to Calais. Calais to Dover.
Fuck the haters, innit? Fuck the
Do
haters.
you know what? I've got a little something for
Our
that.
channel got a strike, man.
I got two.
Yeah.
I got two. Catch up. I got two. I got spam and misleading. You wanna know what for?
You didn't
Read
get
the
a copyright
people.
infringement one, though. We
What?
got
I got
copyright
commute. Oh no. Oh you.
on
Oh.
our channel. Play someone else's footage. But we was doing it like under fair usage, so
I do that all the time,
huh?
though. I do that all the time.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Everyone does it all the time. Just gotta appeal it, innit?
Yeah.
We'll get lawyers on it. We'll get lawyers on it.
Not good.
Sort it
Not
out.
good. So
So the person's bragging about it, like they done it on purpose. You know what I mean?
oh, look.
Blackpool promenade. Isle of Man. 65 miles away.
Yeah. It's a bit obvious, isn't it? And that's without even doing Dover. That's without even doing Dover. And so why, if the radius is supposed to be accurate, why are we seeing things that go against what we've been taught? Like I said to that guy, none of us have to
And
say
there's
what
no
it is.
place on Isle of Man that's higher than 2,000 feet, is there?
So all I'm saying is, why do people have to tell us what it is for us to tell them what it isn't?
It's just annoying how people won't listen, man. People never listen.
No. And they think you're here pushing some crazy claim. And how is it a crazy claim to tell people you can physically see you've been taught a lie?
You need to,
The cognitive dissonance on the front explains why. That's why. Because they suffer from this. It's an epidemic. We need to tell the NHS and the World Health Organization there has been a pandemic of this crap. Everyone suffers from it, and we need to know the cure. So we need to know all the medical profession need to help us on this. All the chemists, everyone that has a medical background, you need to help us work on a cure for cognitive dissonance because it is rife. It is killing the people's minds, it's killing the people's souls, it is keeping them wrapped into an idol that was given to them by man. And most of these people claim to be religious. And if you're religious and you believe any of the scriptures, then why would you put an idol given to you by man between you and the Most High? It's nuts. I don't know why you would do that. And then get more triggered at that than me telling people Pizzagate's real. And wow, they're doing that. The cabal's all over the place. The bloodlines are dealing with that from day one. That's the reality we all live in. People think that is a conspiracy. Is Epstein a conspiracy? Is Jimmy Savile a conspiracy? Have you heard Floella Benjamin? Remember the lady from CBeebies back in the day? I'll show you a picture. It's crazy. Crazy. Dolly, if Dolly's still in the chat room, and if she isn't, I'll get it out in a minute because I'm live. I can't show you. But there's a lady from the BBC who was involved in, was it called the Play Bus? The Play Bus, and it was like a little kiddie thing, and she used to wear dungarees and whatnot. Yeah. She's been involved in that whole child trafficking madness, and apparently the Disney cruise ship, the Disney cruise ship for kids, apparently it's come out in paperwork that they're using them ships to traffic kids, and they put the coloured wristbands on the Red Cross kids and not normal kids. But apparently that's a conspiracy. Apparently the bloodlines are a conspiracy. It's all a conspiracy. We're nuts. I don't know why we're not hearing tinfoil hats, to be honest with you. By the way people come up to us, are you one of them crazy flirters? Why do you believe you're silly? It's silly because all we're doing... Huh? Oh, nice to meet you. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You know what? Sharing is making more people aware that freedom of speech and censorship and shadow banning is too much. We have to find a way to circumnavigate it. And coming out here in person is what I was just telling people. Don't think you have to come here and get involved in arguments. Just by coming here and participating and showing your own free speech in whether you agree or disagree is a massive progress, because you end up having a healthy interaction with people. And that's all I'm here to do, is have healthy interactions with people, not program response. Hmm? Hmm? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers, dude. Cheers. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Cool. Yep. Yep. Thank you. So yeah, the sooner I can do that, the sooner I can help to push for social acceptance. Because it's not social acceptance of peaks to discs and space. It's social acceptance of questioning the things that we've been taught as fact. That's what we've been taught as a fact. But we can factually show you that's false. But it's not socially acceptable to do that, because that guy there will stand there and he'll go, these guys think it's a pizza dish in space. Shut up. Don't speak for me. It's not what I'm here to do. And that's how I've had to get to the point where I have to argue now that I'm not a flat earther, that I'm a globe denier. And people think that maybe that's a bit divisive, but it's not. I think fundamentally, as a globe denier, I'm not making a claim. I'm telling you the claim that's been made is false. If I go into a university debate and come in as a flat earther, they're going to want a model that works. I can't give them a model that works. I don't need to know what it isn't. I'm not frightened about what it is. I'm scared that people live and die their whole life in a lie. Because what if you've lived a good life, innit? And what if you think, okay, I've repented for all of my sins. When I meet the Most High, everything's going to weigh up really good. Everything's going to be good and proper. And then you get to the Most High and he's like, but you're holding on to that ball. Of course I'm holding on to the ball. We live on a planet. Our access tonight. Bang. Biggest false idol given to man. Name a bigger false idol given to man than the ball.
Imagine you're right, innit? But imagine you're wrong and I'm right.
But either way, tell me another false idol given to man that's worse than the ball. What's bigger than the ball? And what is more trolled? What is more trolled than the MSN, than globe deniers and flat earthers? Tell me something that's more trolled by the mainstream media. Look at every time you watch the weather. You know that's a piss off, isn't it? You know what I mean? That never used to gripe. If you notice, Sky News does it about every 8 minutes. That ball just comes back on for 15 minutes. And it spins for about 16 rotations to tell you all the countries. So yeah, fortunately, you've been lied to. You still think you're living on a spinning ball.
Yeah, Dave Smith said, why do you care so much?
Because it's a lie. Why don't you care? Why don't you care? Why don't you care that there's a good chance that you're just sucked into a lie? And I say a good chance because secretly you might be one of them closet globe deniers. A lot of people are like that. They want to do this whole safe. It's safe. So I feel like someone said in my chat actually, if someone said why does it matter, it kind of means that they are slightly interested in pursuing
You
why
say
it
you
would.
deny the globe now, yeah? I think it's like literally like the new thing to like kind of get you thrown in the mental home. Like,
What do you think?
You know, like
Do you think it's the new thing where if you start telling people in public that you deny the globe and you're a flat earther, that it is that socially unacceptable still that people start saying, oh, you need to go and look. Yeah, my chat room agrees with you, bro. Yeah, my chat room agrees. Yeah, that's an agreement on this chat room as well. Yeah. People do think that you've lost the plot. People genuinely think that. But normally, the reason they think that is because they have a program response in mind. Does that make sense? So the reason I'm saying it's not socially acceptable is because I believe that most of the sleeping masses still feel that if you've denounced the globe in any way, you've projected a spinning pizza dish in space, which is not the case. And I think that's a brilliant way to keep people in a holding position. Because if you do claim that, you've got nothing to back it up. So I can't claim that. I can't tell you, oh, do you know what? I believe it's this. No. I didn't come out of a belief system to go into another one. I'm alright not knowing. I'd rather know it's not that than start believing it's something else that I still can't prove. And again, why are the ministries of education still allowed to teach in a partisan fashion, which is technically illegal? Technically illegal, and they're doing it, and they're able to do it and perpetuate it and teach a model as if it's a fact, because you know and I know we did not leave school going, oh, it's only a model, it's nothing major, it's nothing major, it's not even real, it's just a model, but at least they taught us something at work. No, we were like, you know from school. When was the first time you were ever shown that spinning? Do you remember spinning it? And do you remember looking at the metal bit in the top and going, right, what about the land there though? Did they just drill through that land and put the, you know, all eyes are always on the middle. They've always taught you to never pay attention to the top and the bottom. Never mind all that. Let's just worry about all here. Look at here. Look at here. Yeah. So, and again, that like for someone to say to me today, they believe them. They're real. Some said, I believe they're real. Man said they're real pictures of the guy at a chat room. You might remember. Sorry, the guys that were standing here that I got triggered by before that guy was there, and he was like, "Yeah, I believe the images," and I was like, "You actually believe that's a."
Is that camera picking up your feed? Yeah.
Right here. Yeah, he's like, I actually believe that's like a picture. So what does that make this guy? But what was funny was he stood there for about 10 minutes laughing at it and then told me he didn't read it. What were you doing? Not read? Isn't that cognitive dissonance again? Okay, again, it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic. Cognitive dissonance. I think we need to do World Health Association, put up a little protest and say, yeah, look, cognitive dissonance. How many people do you think that you speak to about this suffer from it? On a percentage? It's the few that
Probably
don't.
about 80.
People that claim to be open-minded aren't. They're not. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm going to go and check on my battery to see how much charge I've got. Thank you so much for everyone that's rolling with me. My battery is charging, so I'm back in the chat room now. I'm trying to, as you can see, I'm trying to ascertain how we got here. How did we get where people, it is just cognitive dissonance, right? Right? Chat room? Help me out a little bit here. Why are people making such basic, silly programmed responses on me, on this? So let me do this real quick, yeah? Go here. You all know what my banner says anyway. I'm not going to show you nothing to be able to okay, there it is. Right, there's my banner. So, please someone tell me. I'm not making any crazy claims on there. I'm just saying it's not what you're taught, right? For anyone, I'm so sorry if it's like, hold on, maybe if I zoom in, you probably won't be able to read it. Hopefully you can read that. Okay, and I've got some bits and pieces over. Yeah. Sorry. Shit. Yeah. So now it's round the wrong way. Sorry guys. Because I'm on the wrong side of the fence. I'm just trying to keep my phone orientation. So yeah, people are looking at that and then asking things like, where's the edge? So I have said many a times, I need to get. Yeah. So on that note, I'm hoping I just haven't snapped sorry, my language. Oh crap, I didn't mean to swear. Oh man. Okay, sorry. Again, Roxanne is just not that far. Okay, I'm trying. Okay, I'd also really like to know how the audio is as well. Oh, what have I just done? Why am I like this? Okay. Next time I do this, I need to bring something for my tripod. So, can you actually hear me just now? It's Brian Mabbott and everyone else in the chat room. Colin Turner, Joseph Walker, Oxbow Spirit, Level Contained System, Dolly Dream, Waban, David West, Paradise Found, Ned Kelly, Gonna Do, Black Paint Oregon, Ninja Man, Effie Forever, Marvey, Jack Thompson, True, Feny. And Ephraim, I think I said Ephraim. Captain Will. Thanks for the question. Hey, face, Captain Will. I like that. I know. It's almost like a big moment. I'm not a flyer, but I'm a glove denier. Yay, let's go Reading. Woo! Sorry. Shout out, Jess. One of us needs to do that, at a festival. One of us needs to get on stage and be like, just make a quick statement and then just be like, hype up the crowd. Maybe that's something for us to do on the tour. Maybe we could get that done on the tour. I'm sure we can roll through a few festivals in Europe. Sure we can know someone that knows someone and get ourselves on a little got on a little stage. Globe's alive! Shout out Reading! I don't know why I keep saying shout out Reading. Crazy. Right. I'm really thirsty. I'm gonna need a juice. So I'm wondering, do you guys want to roll with me to the cafe real quick? Or do you want me to leave you with my phone and Jason? How about I'm going to leave you with my phone and Jason? Jason, can I go to get a drink, please? And can you just put that in your ear?
Okay.
Talk to the people then.
All right. Okay.
Talk to the people then. They can hear you. Let's go.
Okay. Are you going off somewhere? Fine. Okay. Yeah. Who am I?
Hello, chat room.
Oh, I see. Right. I see. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I know. No problem. That's okay. No problem. That's okay. Hi guys. She stuck this thing in my ear, and I thought, well, hang on. Who am I listening to? What are you talking about? I didn't realise it's got a microphone on. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay, so we've got a few people here. I was talking to this gentleman here, but it's gone off topic. We were talking about Globe Lies, and the guy on the left, he switched it over to religion. So it's just gone talking all about religion now, which is, well, it isn't what I'm here for. So we've got a bit of chemtrailing going on here. I do like the fact that we seem to be getting closer and closer together. So this could be the truth corner. So they can have all the religion over there, and then this could be the truth corner. So we've got some chemtrails. We need people here with about the money situation. Where's all the money come from, and we need people here about big pharma and yeah. But if this could be the truth corner. We need to capitalise on this. So, hi Amanda, hi Dave. I'm reading the chat now. I don't normally read the chat. Wow. Yeah. You right there, Barry?
Hello.
You've had quite a lot of chats.
Good turnout, yes.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, well done.
Responses.
Yeah, you have.
Responses.
I've heard a few.
More
Well
and
done.
more people are talking about it now than a few years back.
Yes.
In a year or two, they're more up to it.
Yeah.
Conversation.
Especially for the globe denying thing. Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, like, you believe that you're on the globe, do you? Yeah. Oh, no. You believe that you're on the globe. Have you ever analysed it? No, forget about that.
Even if it's true, what's the point?
Have you ever proved that you're on the globe? Forget about this.
Forget about it for a second.
But you.
I like having private.
All right, okay. No problem. I'll put it on me.
No, look, even if you're right about this thing, what is the issue? Like,
forget about that.
Pressing
Yeah, you're getting yourself. Well, no, this is the biggest lie of all. No, have you ever tried to prove yourself?
There's like a homeless dude just down the road.
It's not on you, I promise you. It's on me.
Homeless dude down the road, and you're worried about the earth is flat.
Well, yeah, because where is all this money that's going that we're feeding NASA and other space agencies? Could be feeding that guy down the road, the homeless guy.
Or weapons or something. I don't know. They're already taking enough money from weapons. If that's what they're doing with it, then this is more of the same.
Do you think it would be a little bit more intelligent though to research something that you don't know little of?
This is the thing. Yeah. I honestly don't believe it's true, but even if it was, it's like a low priority. You see what I mean?
Well, no, it is the priority. There is nothing bigger than this. There is nothing. If you think,
Convince me at that point.
okay, I
don't wanna
will.
hear about the science
Right,
behind
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Why
so
would it be
look, so,
important?
uh, so this, you
Okay,
just.
let me just name a few things.
Oh, you just asked me to
No, no.
convince you.
No, no, just
I'll
let me name
bid you
3
farewell.
things.
No, it's fine.
Okay, I'll
Because
listen.
you won't let me. No, you won't let me talk. That's okay.
Go on, I wanna
No,
hear
no,
it.
because I'm not here to score points.
Fair enough. But
I'm not here to score
I'm
points
just
with
gonna say
you.
3 things, and then I'll let you
No,
do it.
well, okay.
I promise.
Ask me one
And I
thing.
won't say it
Ask
after I
me
said
one
it.
thing.
I asked you the question, but I'm just saying this. I'm going to name 3 things off the top of my head. Global warming,
What's that got?
wars in the Middle East,
Okay.
and
And what's
human
that got to
rights.
do with anything?
No, the reason I'm saying it is, how are those not more pressing than that?
Because the people who are lying to us at such a scale, NASA, the governments worldwide, all getting together, okay? If they're lying to us at this level and keeping this such a secret in that, then all of these wars and all that, what is that all for?
We do know that they're lying about this.
Okay, so I mean, like, so, but all this money that's all going to NASA and that, I mean, like, to fake space, we're talking at £53 million a day is what NASA gets. You know, like, I mean, they're spending more money on. I mean, what's it? The whole music industry, the movie industry, and the game industry all put together. You know, like this is the biggest industry that there is. So we're talking lots of money and control and power. It's
Yeah,
the
but
biggest lie.
there would still be space, isn't it?
No, there's something up there, but we don't know what's up there. We've never been. We've never been to space. We couldn't possibly go to space. There's the Van Allen radiation belt. I don't know if you've heard about them.
What is up there?
Okay. So you've got we're told there's the Van Allen radiation belts. We're also told that the temperatures in the thermosphere get up to 2,500 degrees Celsius. Okay, but satellites and rockets and all that, they melt far away. They're only made of aluminium and titanium, and they melt way before 2,500 degrees Celsius. Okay, that's what NASA says. That's based on radiative heat coming from the sun. So nothing's up there in space. What it is that there's lots of information that I am on these still. Okay, there is lots of information, you know, that you're not aware of, and we're just saying with an open mind to go away. I could never convince anyone here in 5 minutes. We think that for you to just go away and open mind and just research a bit more. Okay, that's indoctrination. It's what we call a programmed response. That's what we call a programmed response. It's indoctrination because I'm a globe denier, and I've never ever said that we live on a disc or we live on that there's an edge. And I've never met anyone that says that there's an edge. You know, like that is it's programming. It's from the government. That it just means that you're not thinking for yourself. We don't know. Does there have to be a shape?
Then wouldn't it go on like infinitely?
Exactly. It's the space. So we told space goes on infinitely. Could it not for land? It's just it's a story either way. You know, like, but we couldn't prove it either way. You know, because how could you prove that something's infinite? You couldn't prove it either way, could you? Because it could be a bigger disc. You might be right. I don't know.
We reach a wall or something.
Again, we would only have stories and that, but that's propaganda as well. They say that there's an ice wall down there and the story. I believe that Antarctica does have big cliffs, and I do. I mean, we have seen lots of good video evidence, but it could be anywhere. I do take it on faith that what they're showing us. You know, sorry guys.
I mean, I don't really mind about the potential of the practicality of it so much. That's why I touched on it, but I was just talking about like priority.
Yeah. But there is. I mean, there's a bigger picture. It's just that you haven't given it a bit more thought. But there is. It's the biggest lie of them all, and there is a lot of reasons why they could be. Could be hiding more land. I'd say it could be infinite. It could be down with control, power, money. Could be down to that. They could be hiding God. I don't even know. I'm an agnostic, by the way. Sorry, I don't know. But they could be hiding God, for all we know. You know, they might because like most science believers actually, you know, like are atheists. You know, like when I say science believers, I mean those who think of the Big Bang and believe in all of that rubbish and evolution and that. Yeah. I'll give you a leaflet. It's worth having a leaflet. There's a website in there. But look, there's a website on there. Just check out a couple of videos and that. And with an open mind, I never want to come here and score points. It's just to spread a bit of awareness. Well, it seems ridiculous nonsense when you first hear about it. But once you start, do you know what debunking is? Okay, well I didn't know what that was, but like when you start debunking this. Yeah.
And I found like just simple geopolitical analysis of like a lot of research on all the different fronts. Like, so if you have an issue on Kashmir, I'd read the Chinese version of it,
Right.
the Indian one, the European.
So you're a researcher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like,
good.
for example, I found that like just what you see is what you get with some deeper level of analysis. You know what I mean? Like, as in, like,
Yeah.
the world is basically fundamentally somewhat normal,
Yeah.
and then there's hidden agendas and lies, and there are real conspiracies that reptile.
Okay. Well, I would like to. I'll ask one thing of you. Research that you live on a globe. Look for the proof. And then once you figure out that, you'll get told that there's lots of stories, but no actual proof. Just stories. You research that and you'll be amazed. Nice talking to you, buddy.
Well, at least right here.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you. And it's still on me. He didn't want to be filmed. It's quite hot here. Right, I'm going to turn that round. Hi, Robin. Did you manage to get out today, Robin? Hello, buddy. Yeah. Okay.
If the earth is
Not my problem. That would help. You know what I communicate? Is understood. Five optics. 98% of communication is understood. Five optics. Cable. And they say there's these satellites.
There's lots of cartoons.
There's not one real photograph of a satellite. There's one real photograph.
I know, it'll blow your mind. You think there'd be photographs? I mean, it's meant to be tens of thousands up there. Oh, you see something floating about. Yeah, but I mean, like, no, but you can't prove that they're there. It's a nice story, though. So you can prove that that they're not there.
we can prove that they're there.
Okay.
But you can prove that
But
they're not.
he just, I know that the problem is he just talked about the thermosphere. A lot of them in the thermosphere and that. Okay. But the temperatures in the thermosphere get up to 2.5. This is
That's what they give us.
Landed on the moon.
excellent.
That's a hoax.
Okay. Very good. Do you believe that they went to the moon?
Do you believe that?
Do you believe that we went to the moon?
No,
Because I did. You know, like I believed it. You know, like
you can look with years and years ago.
you can look what you can see the moon. Yeah.
What's the meaning of that?
Telescope and binoculars. Binoculars, but it's telescope.
You can look on the moon and you see the blue thing from Neil Armstrong.
From a telescope. Are you sure? You're pulling my leg. I think you're pulling my leg. I think you need to go away and research that again. Sorry, I don't want to be disrespectful, but please just go away and research that again. You cannot see that, and no, they didn't go to the moon. Okay, have you not seen things like waving flags and that? Have you not seen that different divergence of different shadows and that? The fact that noise is heard, you know, like on the moon, you know, like where he throws a cable or a rope and it hits the LEM and it goes doing. What about the fact that there's no blast crater underneath the LEM? There's dust being kicked up off the moon buggy. You've even got a photograph of the moon buggy, and it's got no tyre tracks in the front or rear, you know, but it just being placed there.
So they left a mirror on there and sent laser pulses. But how would they hit the target with spiral spinning in 4 directions? How would they hit the target of the mirror?
If it was a flat Earth society,
Don't say society, because we all think that's nonsense.
how do you have tides in the ocean? How do you have tides?
Well, exactly. I mean, with the globe model, how do you have 2 or 3 inch tides in the Maldives, right on the equator, where that should be the strongest pull, and that should be your biggest tide, should be 20, 30, 40 feet. Difference all the time? Well, it only drops about 2 or 3 inches. Tides don't work on the globe. Yeah.
Still, the electromagnetism could be the tide. The moon could be contributing to it, influencing it.
Yeah.
But the third is we don't know for sure yet.
No, that's right.
You guys German, Austria.
Grab there. There's a website in there. Just take one of them. There you go.
Germans have got a good football team. Oh, you so you can speak English.
Well done, Barry.
German
You've done well.
and a bit of French. Yeah,
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to give up about the moon. But they were on about laser pulses to the mirror.
Yeah, it's ridiculous
Right
that.
on the moon.
Because if we're travelling at 1,000 miles an hour, when they fire a laser up,
How would
I
you hit
mean,
the target?
how would it come back? Where's it coming back to? We've moved about a mile.
And then there's 4 directions with gyrating.
Yeah. People don't think of that. I don't know if you've heard that. Well, apparently, do you believe in the moon landings? Okay, so they put these mirrors on there that you can fire a laser up. It'll hit a mirror and it'll come back to you and take a reading. Yeah? Do you know about that? Okay, but the fact is, when we fire a laser up and we hit that mirror, the Earth's rotating at 1,000 miles an hour. The time that laser comes back down, who's catching the signal? Because we've moved. We've moved.
I don't know nothing about it, but I'm guessing they do it the next turn when it comes around.
But they don't know. It's just it's within. I think they do it within about 20 seconds or so, which seems incredibly nonsense.
Well, you know how fast the Earth is spinning.
1,000 miles an hour at the equator. Yeah. So basically, yeah, we're just
The moon landing was a mistake.
well, that's part of it. Yes. Yeah, that the moon landed.
Why things fake?
Okay. So you've done no research on the moon landing? Sorry. Do you want to open that up? Open that up. And if you can see, like, one of the reasons is, like, this is the LEM, okay? And then you can see, look, there's no blast crater underneath. So all that power and thrust. So you're trying to defend it now without knowing much about it, but you're defending it, and you're saying no gravity. But when when the moon buggies start driving off, you see all the dust and everything being flicked up.
Because it has more force.
Okay. So what?
That was pretty slow. It wasn't that fast. It wasn't like a big crash.
But we're talking about how many on that, to land. Surely it would make some sort of disturbance. Even on the feet, there was no dust on the feet of the lander. No dust, nothing. Spotless.
Okay, I have a question for you. Why would someone think this?
Yeah. But you're looking for whys too quick. I mean, like, there could be lots of whys, but just because the guy in the park hasn't got the answer to a why doesn't mean to say that you're not being lied to. You know, because how could I've got my own theories what a why would be. Maybe there's hiding more land. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that it's all about power, greed, and control. Maybe it's about that. Maybe they are hiding God. I don't know.
And you think that you believe that there's a
It's observably flat. When I go to, I do sailing and that. So when I go out to sail and out to sea and that, I can see land that I shouldn't be able to see. Should be over the curvature. If you look on the back there, you got there 273 miles, and you can see land. But that should be. You're missing the numbers. Okay, this is spherical trigonometry based on Pythagorean's theory. So there is actually a calculation on what the drop would be. So it's no point saying, oh, the Earth's big or not big or whatever. I mean, like, 3 miles should be missing. You shouldn't be able to see any of this land.
You know that
Even with a little bit of refraction.
I've seen experiments of someone going in a boat far away and then from the shore. They took
Is it possible that you have?
And they saw that it starts
Okay.
like
So is it possible it's just because that you don't have you haven't learned all the answers to that yet?
No, I've seen it.
I know you've seen, yeah, okay. But maybe there's reasons for that you just haven't learned yet. And I'll tell you what the reasons are, okay? It's to do with perspective, compression, and angular resolution, okay? And you haven't learned any of that, have you? No, I'd like you to go away because and research some of that if you could. Basically, over a distance, we have this compression layer. It goes from the ground. As things go away in the distance, you see things start to get confused. They start to get blurry, and sometimes the bottom, people's feet and all that disappear. And we're walking, that's just walk. Aim of my camera against people's feet, like over a short distance. You can see there is a compression layer on the floor.
But the feet are not disappearing, but it looks like they are.
But they're not. Bob.
What happens if you fly or you continue flying on a straight line with an airplane? You go.
Well, you go off in space, wouldn't you?
You go up to space.
Well, you would do, wouldn't you? If you flew an airplane, I'm asking you, if you fly an airplane level, straight, flat, wouldn't you just go off into space? Because we're on a ball.
You would have to go into space.
But
If you flew for 10 hours, you would have to go into space.
that's a nice story. Can you prove that?
So it's
Again, that's a nice story, but you can't prove that. Okay. No. Even scientists can't prove that. Open that up. I'm telling you now. When you research that will be the biggest shock that you'll find. That science can't prove that. Okay. So this guy here, that's Walton Lewin. He's a physics professor. Okay. He says that gyroscopes are rigid in space and gravity has no play on them whatsoever. That's what he says. Okay. So an aeroplane flies with an artificial horizon. I don't know if you've seen that little bubble, little plane. You see it ascend, you see it fly level, you see it descend, but it always flies level for the whole. Let's say it was going from here to Australia. It would fly level all the way.
It'd roll back, wouldn't it, Jason? It'd roll back.
It would start pilots would have to dip their nose every so often to go round the ball.
500 miles an hour, you'd have to dip your nose every half a minute.
You don't want that. Why would you
Half a
not?
mile.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw it in the bin if you want, but it'd be the biggest mistake of your life.
But if you're doing
Excellent.
500 miles an hour, every
Thank
minute
you, buddy.
you'd have to dip your nose half a mile.
I'm afraid that'll probably be. Oh, here she is. That'll probably end up in the bin anyway. You're running out of battery.
Yeah, I've got my charger right here. Sorry, darling. Okay, sorry if the phone cuts out. I'm definitely going to pop it on charge now. Can you believe I went to the cafe and other content makers started talking to me and I was like, hello, hi. And then I was telling them about the tour because again, thank you so much for everyone that's tuned in so far. But this will be the last time I'm at Speaker's Corner for about 3 months because of my involvement in the Globe Live tour and the conventions, which are now soon fast approaching. The tour starts on the 29th of August. We've got the convention in Kidderminster, Birmingham on the 13th, 14th and 15th of September. So if you haven't already done so, go and check out the website, www.feconvention.com. If you want to check out the dates for the tour, check out www.globelive.co.uk and you'll get all the information there on where we're going, what dates we're going on. That boy in the Gap hat is taking a picture of his banner. You'll get all the dates, all the locations for where we're going to be on the Globe Live tour. We will shortly be announcing the confirmed drivers that we'll be doing a relay type race where we'll be passing the baton to each other as we go throughout the almost 15,000 mile journey that the bus will be going on. As I said, the tour will be starting down at Hater Rocks on the 29th of August. And the tour will be finishing in November back in London after going around 15,000 miles. One thing I can say is that press have been informed. There's press that are going to be meeting us along the way. There is the mainstream media that are also involved in Eastern Europe. More details to follow of that. And again, I would strongly advise, if you haven't done so already, check out the website, which is www.globali.co.uk and feconvention.com. All the links for that are on my homepage of my YouTube channel, or if you go to the About section, all of the links are down there for those said websites. So, yeah. Who's in the list? Hello. Hi. SE Forever, yeah, only £300 so far. You would think, right, that we would be at the stage right now where we're saying to you, the tour's not happening. We're not going to be able to do it, people. But no, the tour's happening. The tour is going ahead. The tour is starting on the 29th of August. Then, and all of the information for that is on www.globali.co.uk. All other links are on the About section of my page. If you go to the About section of my YouTube page, all of the links are there for you. If the moderators haven't already put that in the chat. Sorry. People here, people here, we've got this here. But I do think that the people are, I've got the, you should see where I've got the camera, I've just got the camera, bang, facing everyone. So where they know they're on camera, I think they're a bit shook. Okay, so let me see what they say in the chat. Okay, CJ Renty, Nathan Oakley, thanks so much for tuning in. Level Campaign System. Emma Coombs, Finding the Curve. Bizarre. Flat 360 Earth. I like cards. Yeah. Dr. LA. Sam Rosebotham. Joseph Walker. Caban. Oh right, yeah, I've just realised, right? So I'm scrolling back through the conversation when Jason had the phone, so hoping that those interactions were good. Sorry, I'm just going through the chat. Oh, is that the case? Will we flooded with troll opposition? Did the trolls swoop in when I went off to the cats? Is that what happened? So I'm just going to get my charger out. Before the phone runs out. There we go. Go with charging. Okay. Maybe I'll bring it back a tiny bit more so that you can get a perspective on it. There we go. I'm just going to get my bag, guys. Okay, I just want to do a little mic check, see that you can actually hear me. Okay. Can you hear me? If I stand here and I'm talking, are you able to hear me? Okay, can you tell me if you're able to hear me when I was over there? Because I think you guys can see properly now, right? Thanks, Ricardo. Okay, let's go. What's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on it? What? Yeah, why so? Can you tell me why? Or explain to me a little bit why it's not. Do you believe or do you know? Sorry.
I'm not a scientist myself, so I don't believe this.
So I'm saying for you, is this a knowing or a belief?
Do I believe?
Do you believe it's a ball or do you know it's a ball?
I believe.
Okay, so what's your fundamental reason for believing?
Because I know a lot of people who do science and friends who know this science. I just see it more as a bit of fantasy.
And are you interested in what the taught radius is of the said model that's been taught to us? Would you be interested if I told you that the radius that's taught, like you said, you've got a lot of friends that know about this. So judging on the actual model that's taught, the claim that's made to us throughout school and education, universities, all the ministries of education internationally.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you say if I was to say to you, okay, given that model that's been taught, people are making clear land-based observations that throw that out of the park?
So I'm not going to argue from a science perspective because I'm not a sciencey person, so I don't grasp the actual, I couldn't tell you about refraction of the sea, so I never taught it at school.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the way I would see this is like, what difference does it make if the Earth is flat as opposed to a globe? And at the same time, it's like, I remember it suggested to me it's all about power and control, but I just don't see why we would have been fed this lie to begin with.
Okay, so I want to get. I'm going to try. I'm going to try and get back to basics.
So say it is all
because
true.
for me, so for me, that to me is a little bit cognitive dissonance because you're putting an incredible amount of trust in the authorities that have given you that narrative.
Yeah, authorities do
and what you're doing is you're kind of going, well, in a way, this is what I hear. I don't really have to look in it too much because the authorities have kind of confirmed it. Does that make sense? So what if I was to say to you, prior to 1909, no one actually had any physical evidential people telling them they'd physically been somewhere to claim something. So if I was to say to you, in 1909, 2 expeditions were done where they claimed they went to the South Pole and they claimed they went to the North Pole. And then after that, a really ingenious system was built called international think tanks that was set up by the Trilateral Commission. That's not a conspiracy, that's legit. Now, if you look at everything that comes under that Trilateral Commission, nowadays, you can stand that back to the ministries of education, all of the products that are involved in our life. So when you say, people say it's about control, it's about this, what I've just told you is not a conspiracy. You can look into that for yourself. But we're at a point where
that is just
we're at a point where
set up an international think tank.
But 2 expeditions were done, and we're now taught a model at school in let's be honest, a partisan fashion, because it's backed up by mainstream media and propaganda and the movies, and it's a model. But we're not taught it as a model. We're taught it as if it's fact. Because we will stand there behind the fence and go, I don't really have to look into this crazy theory. And I'm going, it's not a crazy theory. There's the numbers. We're taught that.
Okay, so why did they keep it to themselves then?
I would have to. So that's okay.
Why would
so let's
they
say
do
that
this?
guy there. We can see he's got a green jacket on, right?
Yeah.
Let's say it's green, and he said my jacket's yellow, and I said to you, why is he lying about the colour of his jacket? We can clearly see it's a lie. Why is he lying? You would say, I'm sorry, I don't know why he's lying. You're going to have no. Don't dismiss what I'm saying because you're saying why the lie to me. Okay, I'm clearly showing you there's proof that we're taught a lie. Your response to that was, but why would they lie though? And I'm going, I'm not one of them, darling. I'm trying to find out that too. I don't need to know why they're lying to clearly see there's clear evidence that we have been taught something that's not true.
But there's also clear, on the foot, this is just one side of it, isn't it? So someone next week might be a glowhead and they might come along with the same thing with their own agenda, and then it's like.
But they wouldn't be able to bring me any evidence of a few things. Here's what a glowhead can't do. You called yourself a glowhead, didn't you?
Yeah, of course.
So here's what you can't do right now. You can't give me any evidence of curvature.
Yeah, because
you absolutely can't give me any evidence of a self-perpetuating molten iron core. You also can't give me any evidence that we're orbiting anything, far less the sun.
Yeah, because
you can't give me any evidence that the sun's 93 million miles away. So it's incredible that everyone's in a belief system that nobody can actually give any evidence of. That everyone's prepared to kind of stay there, you know? Yeah. And then the next thing is someone will come along and say, oh, so you think it's a flying disc in space? And I'm going, no, I'm not trying to say what it is to know what it isn't. I'm okay with not knowing what it is. I just don't want to know something that isn't true because it takes me away from what this could be. I don't know what it could be, but I don't want to live a lie. Once I've discovered that I've seen further than I should be taught I should, then that's a self-evident truth.
A laser test, both ways. We've done lighthouses and lighthouses you shouldn't see. Longest photo, 273 miles.
Distances.
I saw
That's
the
fine.
Netflix documentary. I saw that where they disproved their own theory.
That's not me. I'm not going out to prove the Earth's flat, darling.
Yeah, but in that documentary,
Okay.
did it not
On my channel, but that's other
shine
people. No, you can't. I'm talking about my evidence truth. Yeah. I've been out. I made observations with lasers. I've done 21-mile observations. I've done observations that prove that's a lie. Myself. All I can tell you is my journey. And it's not even my truth, it's just my observation. Yeah? But I won't speak for the other people because this banner is mine. It's not his, it's not his, it's not his. This banner is mine. On this banner, you won't see any of these boxes making a claim to you. All these boxes are telling to you is look at the claim that's been made. This is how it doesn't match up. Gravity. What's your main proof of gravity?
Even with refraction, 3-mile drop, even allowing for
Just give me 1 sec. Sorry, I tried to ask a question, but Barry interrupted there. So I'm just checking that you can actually hear me. Can you hear me, guys? Sorry, because I can't see the actual chat room while I'm talking. So just let me know if you can hear me. Are you able to hear me? No. No, I'm a globe denier. Yeah. What made you think flat earther?
I've seen this.
Yeah, because that's what I'm talking to people about. I'm talking to people about program responses, and all my banner's doing is letting people know that the claim that's been taught is not accurate.
Yeah.
But most of the people today have come to me and gone, why do you believe in flat Earth? And I'm going, where on my banner does it say the Earth's flat? It just says you've been taught a lie. I've just taken their ball away from them. And I'm trying to say to most people, some of the people who I've spoken to today are religious, some of them are spouting scriptures today, and I'm going, okay, so tell me where in the scriptures it tells you to take something from man and put it more important than that. You don't want me to take your ball away from me. Man gave you the ball, but you don't want me to take it. You want to just stand there and say, I don't want to look into it, but I'm not going to listen to what you're going to say.
Let me make this clear. What's your stance
On
so you're saying that we're not on a sphere?
I'm saying the model and claim that's been taught, which has a radius of just under 4,000 miles, clearly inaccurate. Because I've made land-based observations with lasers with learned individuals that've got more letters after their name than their actual name itself. And we've even shown over 21 miles the model's not accurate. And it's nothing to do with refraction, superior or inferior mirages. Lasers don't lie. And when you're using the tide out and you're at beach and you've got lasers that are just about that high, you really shouldn't be able to see about 21 miles away or even 10 miles away. And we clearly could. So even just on that, we've got people.
You've seen that personally?
I went and did that. It's on my channel. I went down there myself multiple times and made repeated, measured observations that prove that model. So that's all I'm really here to tell people is if you believe what you've been taught, why? And normally, the regurgitated responses are just the same program responses that I had once upon a time before I decided to look into it. So that's really why I'm here now, because I'm like, okay, hold on. Let's look at the people that might have given us this lie and how long has this lie been going on for? And what's the differential between what people are taught about that? About how long has it been since someone was thrown in prison for telling people they were on a ball? It's asking the different questions, I suppose, isn't it? When you look into the history of who the last person was that was thrown into prison for telling people they lived on the sphere, tells me that was the time more recently. There was, I think my chat room will help me out. I haven't got my notes in front of me, but I mean, we're talking maybe 500 years ago, people were thrown inside for telling people they were on a sphere. And that tells me that modern society wasn't wrapped up into this. And I was just telling that gentleman there that only in 1909, they did the Nimrod expedition to the South Pole and to the North Pole that year. And they went, oh, look, everyone, it's a wrap. Pole, it's pole. Now Ministries of Education, get to work. Now international think tanks, got the Trilateral Commission. But wait, hold on. This is current affairs. This is foreign current affairs. So we probably should be a bit secretive about this. Let's build up a rule that means that we can be really secretive. I know. We'll do the Chatham House rule. That means we can all be anonymous. We can all have these conversations, and in the international think tanks, we can give the heartbeat of what we want the public to think. And we can all be in unison. We can keep them divided, but we'll be united. And then you look at the international treaty for Antarctica. All the countries are all hand in hand, all stand together, but in everything else, like kids, everything, it's all a hot mess. Got genocide going on in some countries, but those same countries agree no one's going to put a KFC or a Hilton down in Antarctica. No one's going to make any money. That's the one place we're not going to monopolise, and we're just going to go about it all. And we'll just tell people penguins and David Attenborough. And yeah, apparently you can get flights over there, but try book one. If you've got 50 grand, good luck to you. See if it actually takes off and goes. How many people have gone round like that? How many people have gone round like that? It's all a big hoo-ha, isn't it? And it's like, what are you keeping people away from? You've got the Ministries of Education that are teaching kids this. My daughter's only just done her GCSEs. Only just done her GCSEs and taught the same lie I was. And I think, well, if you're going to teach a model, teach them all, or teach none. How about you just leave it at the scriptures? You're teaching them religious education anyway. You've done quite well. You're teaching all of the kids all of the religions. So you're teaching them to accept all of everybody's belief systems. Well, why do you have to throw the Big Bang Theory in there and give them all of this crap as well? It's very confusing. And then you've even got parents in certain cultures that are lying to their kids to soothe their kids. Santa, this big old man, we're going to sit you on his lap, accept, that kind of weird shit and tell him you've been a good girl and you get what you want. And as long as you all believe in Santa, we'll sit here at the dining table and lie, and Daddy will pretend to be Santa, and they bring lies in very early. They desensitize us so early, and they make our parents do it to us. It's abuse, my friend.
I've often said that the first lie that my parents told me was about Santa.
And the Easter Bunny, and Tooth Fairy. Tooth Fairy.
It is a culture of lies.
And then we have people that will stand very strong behind authority. Those people in white coats said it was like that, so it's like that. That's it. And you're like, oh. So I feel like I'm out here striving for social acceptance of questioning what we've been taught is fact, without being a tinfoil hat wearer. And people love labels. They're like, oh, you silly flat earther. Like this guy here in the blue top. He's an absolute troll. He's here speaking on behalf of people like myself and him.
Oh, this guy here.
Yeah, he's telling this guy all the reasons for why he needs to stay in the belief system of the ball. Why is it important to him to keep that man in this? Why is it passionately important?
I've met him before. I used to come up here because I'm a photographer. I used to come up here and take pictures.
I sense a slight dialect. Can I ask you, are you from over the borders up north?
I'm from Edinburgh, yeah.
Oh, I recognise the accent. My parents are from Scotland, so I recognise the accent. I thought that was a bit of an East Coast accent you've got there. My parents are West Coasters, so I can identify their accents quite easily. Oh, good. So it's lovely to meet another Scot. Yeah.
What's your name?
My name's Roxanne.
Roxanne.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So yeah, I've been coming here for just over a year now, on the last Sunday of each month, just trying to get people to be okay with questioning what they're taught. They're taught that we've gone to the moon. I'm not sure about that. What do you think? I haven't got any evidence for it. I've got inconsistent stories of I can see stars, I can't see stars. I've got Buzz Aldrin going to a little kid. We should find out why we didn't go. Wait, there's a slip up and then there's a major slip up. I think if he was that unruly, would they have let him go on camera if he was that unruly in the first place? I think that was a cry for help. I don't know, but it was like he couldn't lie to her anymore. It was like, yeah,
I saw
he
that.
looked quite somber while he was saying it, and I thought, and it was only recently it resurfaced, right? Because it came out quite a few years ago, and then again last year it became popular again that people brought it up that he had said that, and I thought, that publicity's not going to go away. And then with the American president saying he sounds like he's trolling the space agencies a little bit. He's kind of giving them ultimatums. And then he gave a speech at a rally at Minnesota, and he was talking about Space Force. And he said, it's not what you think. Is it just me? Is that just, it's not what you think? Why on earth would you do that if it's not that? And then he said, Space Force is going to explore new horizons. And I was like, If it's not what you think, then you're going to explore that way, aren't you?
Well, the thing that confuses me is about the Van Allen belt. And
How have they lost the technology?
to pass the Van Allen
They look like it was a doddle for them before, like it was a McDonald's drive-through. Like, and then all the screech to halt, we've lost it. Where did it go? Oh wait, I'll just look through these files over here. It must be here. Oh crikeys, guys. Kaput, we're gone. I mean, someone dumped it. No, what are the chances? Really? How many coincidences have to happen before it's mathematically impossible? You know? So, so this is a leaflet I've got here. It's not making any crazy claims. It's just given a visual representation for things. And it's got a land-based observation in there. It's also got, when people say, well, you know, I'm saying we've got no proof that Earth is actually orbiting anything. So when you look at things like crepuscular rays, and you look at how the rays come through, and you think,
So what about asteroids? I mean, what? I mean, I used to be into astronomy when I was a kid. So like, I used to study. Like Patrick Moore was my hero. You know, so.
I think everything up there is within the system, but we've just been lied to about the extremities of that system. Like I said, no one's been actually fully allowed to explore the room. Even space agencies say now you only fly in low Earth orbit, so that means you don't leave the atmosphere. But then the space agencies recently said that the moon is within our atmosphere. And I was like, wait, what? How can it? All of a sudden, it's within our atmosphere. And I'm going, well, hold on. My head hurts. It gets to the point. Okay, I don't know about that now. Are you now starting to backpedal? It sounds like you guys are backpedaling. Or there may not be some things that we've been absolutely honest.
What made you
start to look?
Was this the first thing?
No. Oh gosh, no. No.
Because you know about Chatham House, you know about the Trilateral Commission.
Yeah.
You know about Chatham House rules. I understand. I know about.
I mean, the first international think tank that was born on Manhattan Road was done the year after they did the 2 expeditions. It was like 12 months later, they were like, kaboom, that's it. We'll start up the think tanks now and get this under control. And then followed suit with all of the submissions from the ministries of education that have rolled out everywhere that teaches this. It doesn't matter where you go, everyone goes like that. Poof, gravity. And I go, well, if that's the case, then whatever happened to relative density? Do we just not need that anymore then? Well, we just must not need that anymore then. But hold on, we do. Because gravity is not proof, you can't prove it. But we've just got to take a leap of faith with that. And that to me just doesn't make any sense. If you get a 110-pound anvil, 110-pound really solid iron, or whatever it is, steel, iron anvil, iron, and you get a big tub of liquid mercury, and you place that iron anvil, 110 pounds, in a bath of mercury, the anvil will float. Because it's relative to the density of what it is on or in. Obviously, if it was in a sealed container where there was no air and it was all mercury, I would be interested to see what happens if you pushed the anvil into the middle to see if it would stay or if it would move. Or relative density to me accounts for absolutely everything. I wonder about East and West sometimes, because I think I see magnetism is real. I see the effects of that. I can see we can use filters and see the fields and the torus fields and stuff. And I'm like, wow, that might explain the weather patterns and all sorts. That would kind of work a lot for me.
Have you heard of Walter Russell?
No. My camera's filming over here. I'm just checking it's still filming over there. I'm here. Okay, hopefully you're okay. I'll move it a wee bit closer to me. Yeah, go for it.
Well, Walter Russell had ideas about magnetism. He didn't believe. I don't think he believed the Earth is flat, but he just put there's only north and south. There's nothing else.
Yeah. It's just this way and that way, to you
hard,
and away
it's hard
from
to
you.
explain it because you need to visually say like show his diagrams. But
Yeah.
Walter Russell, his name is. Very interesting man.
I'm gonna have to look into that. Walter Russell. And is he still about or is he gone?
No, he passed on. But he's got quite a big following.
Wow. I have never heard of, or maybe I have and I just haven't clocked it, but the name, I don't think I've looked into any of that. So I'll definitely look into that. Thank you for that pointer. Because, like I said, I can't see much evidence for there actually being an east. I just think it's relative direction to where you are. Does that make sense?
He just shows north, and then he's got a diagram, and everything else now is south.
Yeah.
And that's it.
See, very interesting.
Walter Russell, very interesting man, very interesting concept.
And did people socially accept his conversations about things, or did he get completely ridiculed as a tin hat wearing?
No, not at all, no.
See, that's so interesting.
I mean, I got into flat Earth a while ago. I didn't believe it, and then I believed it, and now I'm sort of like agnostic.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sort of like I'm a bit confused about certain aspects of it.
All that I've got to is I'm not bothered about. I can see that it's clearly and observably flat. I've got no evidence to curve.
I question everything. I'm like you. I question everything. I've never gone along with the mainstream narrative.
Me neither. The mainstream media has been lying for a long time, and I think it's been deeply ingrained.
As well.
Yeah.
I've known about chemtrails for about 12 years.
Yeah, do you know what? A lot of people I've only really come across chemtrails in the last few years, but a lot of people like you have been into knowing about it for over a decade.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Over a decade.
Yeah.
People have been writing about it.
I started to notice them round about 2000.
Right.
No, a little bit later, about 2002.
Right.
That's when I first started to notice them. Well, remember, I never paid them no mind. But then about 10 years ago, I started to get. You just couldn't ignore it anymore. It was so obvious.
Yeah.
He's narrating what the Lord said.
Sorry, I'll just bring my bag over here. Go on. Just realised I left it open.
Is that your bag as well?
No, that's Maggie's. I'm going to keep an eye on it, but I'll leave it here. I'm going to, and it's on my camera. Her bag's on my camera, so if anyone touches it, we'll know who did it. Maggie, darling, your bag is safe. I've got it in my peripheral vision. Hers is shut, mine was open, and I thought I better bring it over here. So yeah, it's so interesting, people's perceptions and how they've come into this and what has brought them to this in the first place. But for me, the kick-off was the mainstream media, the whole fake news.
Well, yeah, I mean, the NASA, them floating in a space station, it's so obvious they're on wires.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've seen so many pieces of footage that just blow it away.
The way they gel up their hair and all that kind of stuff.
It's laughable. It is almost a bit like a Punch and Judy show.
Is, yeah.
And the way that they never really take questions from adults. If you notice, they only take questions from kids. Only little school kids. Hi, can you do the thing with the water again? 30 years later. Are we still doing the water drop thing? So, I don't know. I don't know. You know, when you look at the millions of pounds that these international space agencies actually get, that's the bit that's scary. So even in the last few years, your bag's safe, darling. I've had my eye on it the whole time. Your bag is safe. I've had my eye on it. The money, $53 million a day for the NASA. For Britain, it's over £1 million a day for the British Space Agency. For Europe, I think it's over €3 million a day. And let's not even get into JAXA and the rest of them. I think when you look at it internationally, it's like, oh, well, there's your money. There's your money. Well, what have I got to thank for this space? Do you know what? I'm gonna do a test in a minute. This could be a good fun test, right?
A test of what?
This is a test of what we know, right? But it's a fun one, right? So, what do you think the internet? Oh, sorry, this is real. He makes content as well. He also knows he's not on a spinning ball flying in space. So does this man. He's from over the borders, east coast of Scotland. Um, but I've been talking to people about the space agencies and what do we get for our money, yeah? What do we get for our money? What have the space agencies given us, guys? I got two main things that the space agencies. Hmm? Yep.
Real and Maggie. Real and Maggie.
Real, and then Magee. His partner, the blonde lady that you just saw. Um, so the space agencies, what's the two main things they've given us, man? Life-changing things like sliced bread. Literally, like sliced bread. What's the two things they've given us? Come on. Come on. But you know what? We should all know this for the money they get, right? Listen. What, over £1 million a day for the British Space Agency, over £50 million a day for the American Space Agency, over €3 million a day for the British, and that's just three of them. Yeah. So what do we all get as the human civilization for our space agency? And you use it. You use it. We all use it. We all use these two things. And without these two things, our lives would be somewhat primitive. I'll give you a clue. One of them is one of the things you use in the kitchen.
Microwave.
No. Bang. No. No. No.
It's probably something like really simple.
Yeah, man, it is. And when you go, you're gonna go no.
Or something like that, or some
Even worse.
or some sort
Even
of,
worse. It's worse. Let me
like
check
the
if the
tef-
chat room knows. Let me check if this.
Go on.
Oh no! What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
say like the Teflon.
Yeah! Yeah! Hey, Will got it right. Just as I was about to throw it out to you guys, it's Teflon. It's Teflon. You can thank them for your food, not sticky. So Teflon, and the other one, yeah. There's another one. There's another one that's a deep one like that, yeah. So I'm just seeing if anyone in the chat room. Did anyone in the chat room get it? I'm not seeing it. Okay, so for the chat room, it's Teflon, yeah. And we've got Real and Maggie here as well. Sat there chilling out on the deck chairs. Look at that. You know what that is? That's living your best lives, that is. You know what you're doing? You're really out here making memories right now, man. Props to the both of you. I love to see more people doing this. You know what? We're all living our best lives until we've got to pay for it, innit? It's not nice. Not nice. Yeah, no. So, okay. Okay, sorry, everyone. Thank you so much to the Double O, my darling. Thank you, Broski, for being here. Let me just go through the Paul Mura. Thank you so much, Ricardo, King's Xenomorph, Bazaar, Oxbro, Ninja, Hermit, Double O, 20 Faces, Zenith. Thanks so much for being here, Captain Will, Parky, Black Paint Oregon. And by the way, just as a disclaimer, I didn't say they've only ever. Oh look, okay, look, I'm zooming into. Look, who's that guy? Trinity Ford. Big up Trinity Ford. So I didn't say it's only two things they've invented. I was just like two main things that everybody should know, right? So the chat room didn't get it as far as I can see. Okay, the second one. Dun, 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 dun. Right. So have I got any on me? I don't know if I've got any on me just now, but probably I'm just looking at all of you first. Sorry, I'm not eyeing you up. Right? wait. Yeah. I gave it away. Real got it again before I even started the game. You went, what was it, Velcro?
Did they invent that as well?
Do you know what? Real's having his cake and eating it right now. Definition of having your cake and eating it. I love it. Real said, what is it? Velcro. Can't have you on a game show. You're just going to ruin it. We're going to be done in like 5 minutes. Real's just going to be like, bang, it's this, it's that, it's this. Who wants to be a global air? Who wants to be a global air? Listen, all them globe heads out there, that's all we've really got to thank for the space agencies for, really. Velcro and Teflon. That's weak, innit, really? I'm sure if we'd have left the school kids alone for long enough, they would have done it. If you were allowed to be free thinking and creative at school and not channeled down by the ministries of education and the education system, then yeah. So hopefully it's charging. Yeah. 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 In nomine Patri et Filio de Spiritus Sancte. No one speaks Latin. I speak a little Latin, but then that's because I was taught it as well, so it's by default. It's because I took a shine to it. Mm. Mm. Remember the little Donkey Kong game? Had the little specific little, yeah. Look at the rate of progression where we're at augmented reality now. If you look at the rate of progression with the space agencies, where's the space hotel? Mm. He said if you want to ask about the future, ask the kids to draw something out of their own free mind. Get them to draw something out of their imagination, and there you go, bang, that's the future.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say to you, yeah?
Yeah.
The thing is, when I was in my Spanish lesson, yeah, and I was drawing, I used to draw like control pads and stuff, yeah? And you know, like the PS4 controller, what you got now, it's wireless and that, yeah? Well, in my day, we never had that.
No, me neither.
But we drew that.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't know how it was wireless, but we imagined it as wireless.
Yeah.
And that was all you needed, was imagination.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So you ask a kid now, you ask a kid who's still got like his free will
It's funny how they
imagination.
rhyme as well. Creation, manifestation, imagination. They're all one and the same. Yeah.
You ask a kid now, just like to create something, like from his own free will, like just say, well, how do you think computers are going to be? How do you think cars are going to look in the future? That kid will draw you what a car's going to look like in the future. It will tell you how it's going to work as well. He'll say, it's going to work. You won't need no batteries to work. You'll be like, where's the engine? You don't need an engine. You'll be like, huh? This kid is, he don't know how it's doing that, but he just knows it don't need an engine.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I knew that it didn't need a wire to go to the computer. I knew that before.
And do you feel like the education system in some way dampens that down? So by the time you come out of education,
by the time you come out of
you're
school, if you pay attention to all your teachers, your creativity is drawn out of you, mate.
Yeah. Or it's controlled. If you have creativity, it's been manipulated.
Your
creativity is lost.
It might not.
They don't give you the flexibility to flex your creativity.
Guys, I'm just getting a better camera angle. Just having an interesting chat here. Hopefully you guys can hear as well. Just going to take the mic back over there now. Sorry.
It doesn't stop them from being creative, but what it does is it limits their creativity. It limits their creativity, so say for example they say I can't do that now because I know that a human can't fly. Do you understand what I mean?
So it's like
once you realise all the physical things of this earth, all right, I can't fly, I can't do that, then it's like you're limited then, innit? You're limited because your imagination is limited by what you perceive as reality. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's mad, man. It's crazy.
I feel that's what cognitive dissonance is. Like, for me, I think this is a brilliant example, right? When we all used to wear watches, right, in the dark ages, when everyone used to go, what's the time? Yeah. So many people, when someone asks you for the time, if you don't look, so you have to look twice. You have done that. Like, all I asked you was for the time, and you go, sorry. And it's like, because you think you know what you're looking at, so you see what you see, but you don't see what's going on. Does that make sense? Like, if I know what a pine tree looks like, and I'm saying to you, look at that pine tree over there, you're going to go, yeah, I know what it looks like. You're going to look, but you're going to look at the image that's in your head. When you look at it, you'll see what you want to see, not what's actually there. Does that make sense?
can't whistle loud. Hey!
So hopefully you're getting that in the chat room as well. Hopefully you're getting what I'm saying about that. I feel like cognitive dissonance sets in and we're shrouded by all of the things that we've been taught. So as we start to try and question things, we start to fall back on other things that we've been taught that I feel are like a holding position to us fully exploring things with a free mind, like just to pursue the truth out of it instead of being vested in one particular. It's almost like a football team. It's like you can't fully investigate Manchester United if you support Manchester United. You have to come out of that position and go, right, I need to be objective now. I need to just look at the facts. Even though I want Manchester United to be a good team and I want it to win and everything about it's brilliant and I love everything that they've ever done, there's some things here that clearly go against that. And that's how it feels with the globe. People are so vested into the globe that they can't entertain the possibility that it might not be accurate. They kind of go, no, X amount of white jackets, X amount of authorities, X amount of education system. There's my reasoning for not entertaining what you're saying. And it's like, rah, there's work to be done because they're still teaching this. There's more generations that are getting born into this and being taught the same lie that we were taught. And so, in that sense, I feel like somehow we've got to break that cycle and be part of the solution.
I said earlier,
Yeah.
the reason why I believe that it is a globe rather than it being flat is because I studied astronomy and I studied other planets, and none of the other planets are flat.
They all look circular, but that's on the presupposition that they are planets. Got no proof that they're planets. Because what I see when I naturally observe the planets don't look solid. They don't look like terrestrial.
Well, when I look through my telescope, I see Mars.
I don't see what the space agencies
Saturn.
I still don't see what the space agencies are showing. I do see an object up there, but I don't see the terra firma that they're showing me. If that makes sense.
Well, like I said, I mean, I more believe that it's a globe than I believe that it's flat. But there's problems.
And I think that's what I wrestled with for years, the belief aspect of it. I couldn't do the believing anymore. I had to say to myself, right, I'm going to have to spend...
If you were to say to me, do you know? And I would have to say, no, I don't.
Right, so I'm at the point where I've removed myself from believing, and all I know now is I can see for myself that I've been taught a lie. I can see that I can make an observation that goes directly against the radius that all of the space agencies use for their trajectory back in onto Earth. They use the same trajectory based on all of those, which are horribly assumptions, which to me means you can't make things based on assumptions. Radius in its own self, in my opinion, is the worst assumption that's ever been made in mankind.
I like Speaker's Corner.
Huh?
At least you can have these type of conversations, you know what I mean? It's good, I like it.
Me too. I feel that this is healthy and this is why I'm here, because for some reason, in general, when I'm with my girlfriends in the coffee shop, it becomes silly to want to talk about this. Friends of mine would rather talk about Love Island. They would rather talk about, did you see the celebrity show, Did you see what this person's doing? I'm going, wow, it's just more idols. It's more idols everywhere. Everyone's just idolizing a lot of things right about now, but not paying attention to actually what's really going on.
See, it's worse than that. It's like just get them to come away from the phone for 5 minutes.
Correct. And just have an interaction.
You got like this?
Yeah. Just have an interaction with someone about what's really going on. A lot of people think that international leaders being puppets, this is conspiracy. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That's wow. Like, really? You think this whole nuclear thing's not a shit show for everyone? You don't think that this is all Punch and Judy? Because underneath it all, these same countries agree to leave Antarctica alone. So why? Why are you bombing countries that have children in them? Why are you trafficking children? Why are you doing the dodgy things you're doing with Planned Parenthood? And I know a lot of people aren't prepared to talk about it, but it's real. It's not a conspiracy. Like, there's the people that are in control of this reality that we live in are sick people. They're sick people. They're psychopaths. I pressed the button. I don't press the button. But you see this to me, when Trump was saying I press the button, I don't press the button. When POTUS said that, to me, he was saying it to the deep state. In my opinion, he might be the first president we've seen in a long time that's non-deep state, non-cabal run, which is why we're seeing the deep state panic internationally. In my opinion, I've personally seen.
I think Trump's one of them.
I don't.
I was the same. I used to believe that Trump was genuine.
I still believe, right, and it's not a big belief, I still believe that disinformation is necessary if you were trying to have the systemic takedown of the old guard, which would be the cabal. So I know that that's not a one-man job, but I know that they would need someone that was selfless enough to put their whole cushy life on the line to be the renegade in the sense of being for the people. And in that sense, I'm looking at his policies, and I am trying to identify if his policies assist the cabal or dismantle it, and I'm not finding any evidence so far of those policies assisting the cabal. I've looked at the shipping lanes internationally, and it looks like we've got Syria, Somalia, Libya, and Sudan. Their shipping lanes are pending being closed, and it looks like there's evidence that the Red Cross are involved with international Planned Parenthood. It also looks like if it can be filmed in 4K, it will be filmed in 4K. If it can be kept alive, it will be kept alive, right? And so we're now looking at evidence of Planned Parenthood keeping fetuses alive to then traffic children internationally under the umbrella of the Red Cross, which is what these big fucking oil tankers are full of, kids. And that's why they're trying to start a war, because they don't want to be exposed. When you look at North Korea, it looks like North Korea and South Korea put up their white flags. If you look at the water that is behind the international leaders' picture, look how calm it is. Look at the picture with Clinton and see it, the raging waters behind. It's clear to me that the bombs have been fucked. The deep state cannot communicate how they used to communicate, and it looks like their only narrative to communicate with each other is mainstream media. I was very, very, very concerned the other day when Boris Johnson went into office. Media stood there proudly.
She got her own channel on YouTube.
What's going on here? White House deep state. So that's media treating their last thing, we're going to just keep cameras on. My guess is, even though I'm not a Boris fan, my guess is right now I haven't got any evidence.
He ran away from me, man.
Got more evidence to say.
I just pushed my camera in the woman's face
and then his handlers are. I don't know what the word is for the deep state. Benevolent?
I pushed it in his face.
I suppose.
And then he's like, come on, Chelsea. I was like, yes, go on, Chelsea. Go, Chelsea, go on. Bye, Chelsea.
Like, I suppose it's a game of two halves, right?
Yeah, he's
in my mind, I think we're starting to see the systemic destruction of the old guard, and I do believe that's going to be a quick. I believe that as a civilization, an international civilization, we lost everything in 1909. We lost everything the day the international civilization was told. Show me the day before that what everyone was on the street talking about. They weren't talking about the North and South Pole being legit. They shoved it in that. And I think when you look at the timeline of the international think tanks perpetuating because they say that all the controversy with the vaccine.
That's alright, yeah, we'll have him on the channel. I'll get Rasta on. Yes. I know I missed it, man. I have to get some sleep, but fucking.
Probably because most of the bad shit is, right? You know? Unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, everybody, but it is. I'm just going to check they can still hear me. I dropped my mic by accident. Sorry, I dropped my mic. I didn't know I did. My mic had dropped, guys. I'm so sorry. Wow. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Sorry. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? I've got it back in my ear now, so I'm like, hey, I'm back. So I'm having a nice discussion with everybody here. I'm hoping that you were able to hear that, though. My mic dropped on the ground, and I did not hear it, guys. I'm so sorry. Is anything crazy going on? Do I need to know anything, guys? Thank you so much for everybody that's here with us. Lovely, lovely. Yes, 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 we can hear fine. Oh, perfect, lovely. Right, everyone can hear, so that's fine. Oh.
How many people in the chat room?
About 80. About 80. Fluctuates up and down 10 or 20 people, give or take, from time to time. I didn't even know if it was still streaming. So yeah, I feel it's all multifaceted. I feel all of it is connecting, and that's why I've become a globalist denier, because I denounce the globe. I've denounced what's been taught. I haven't accepted anything else. I've just denounced what's been taught, and I denounce everything the one world government stands for, and everything that globalization stands for. So it fits. It feels right when people say, "What are you?" I'm that. Denounce that. I'm not into it. I'm not a part of it. I'm not a part of that kind of Sodom and Gomorrah setup that they want everyone in. Everyone, exploiting themselves and living a life of Sodom.
LGBTQ movement.
Oh, there we go.
Cultural Marxism.
Right. Even at my son's school, they asked my son to wear a dress for the end of year play. They wanted my son to wear a short dress. They wanted my son to cross dress for the end of year play. So, yeah, he didn't do that, obviously. I just feel like, why are you asking a child to cross dress? Why would you ask a child? This is a school in London. They're asking boys that are 11 years old to cross dress. And what's worse is my son actually was fine with it. And I know the chat room might have a go at me for that. And if you are going to start having a go at me for that, then go on, just go for it, and I'll answer the questions. Now, I do have a problem with that. I had a problem with the fact that I had no notice that they were going to do that. My son came home from school and he was like, "Yeah, I just need to borrow one of my sister's dresses tomorrow for the play." And the dress he was referring to was a short neon dress that you'd wear to a party. And he really wasn't icked out by it or anything. And I'm not saying, see, the PC thing, don't get me wrong, I haven't got a problem with grown-ups doing it. I'm just having a problem with children doing it. Am I the only one here? It's like, you're a fully grown-ass adult. Yeah, make your own mind up about what you want to do. Yeah, I'm all for everyone doing what they want to do. But when you're a child, it's a no from me.com. Yeah, it's a no from me. Is that okay? Have I offended anyone? If I have offended anyone, please, by all means, just let me know, and I will be happy to answer whatever queries you may have about what I've just said. But I thought to myself, I probably should clarify and really give you a summary of what I meant by that. Can someone tell me what the time is? So, awesome. Hi, Ray. Thanks for tuning in, Ray. Okay. Say hi to Ray, everybody. Raymond Brown is in the chat room. Hey, Ray. Christopher Lees and 007. Let me see if I can give Ray a wrench. Hold on. As a moderator. Okay, Ray. You are modded up now. Yeah, 00 said ignore them. Ray, just ignore them. You just don't get triggered by them. Just you've got a wrench now, so you can time people out, Ray. So it's all good. And Jin CBR, Colin Turner, and Tupper 777. Ute. Oh, who are they? Oh, right. So I should tell you. Real? Can you do me a favour? My chat room is asking who everyone is, and I don't.
It's the far right corner.
Oh, it's the far right corner.
No, I'm joking. We're joking.
No, he's not. It's
Can you tell everyone? I don't know who everyone is, but my chat room wants to know. Is everyone all right being on film? Because I'm filming what's going on here. Yeah, is that okay?
Hector, Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter. Obviously Maggie. That's Ralph's wife.
So what?
That's Ralph's wife. Ralph.
Who's Ralph? You, Ralph.
Huh?
He just told me it's the far right corner.
I went on the Stephen Lawrence marches, so I don't know. I know Braden from Trafalgar Square.
Yeah.
What is this called?
It's not really. I think this is just an everybody.
I'm not far right.
I couldn't work out the logic of that, you know.
So yeah, I would class myself as a globalist denier. I've denounced everything globalism stands for. I've denounced everything that is taught as a lie. Things that I've gone out and observed that have been a lie. And the model that we're taught to lie. I wouldn't say I'm a flat earther. I'm not a flat earther.
You're not on the flat earth.
I'm not. No, it's not that I'm not on the flat earth. I can see that it's clearly observably flat. However, I don't need to know what it is to know what it isn't. I'm not making a claim about what it is. What I have done though is over the last year, I've even been to Oxford University, taken part in a debate with a couple of other people. I'm glad to say that we did not come out of the debate looking like we've lost. And we took the globe lie to the debate, not flat earth. We took the globe. Yeah, that's good. That's good for you. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I would want to know why.
I don't understand that. I don't understand it. If you believe in anything, you come to Speaker's Corner and they say, "Why did you do that? Can you prove that?" And that's
no.
Yeah,
I'm only interested on a case study for myself. I'm like, okay, because once upon a time, I believed what I was taught, and then I took some time out to look into it and go into the space agencies and what are the measurements for the trajectories that are used to re-enter space and so what is it you're claiming the radius of Earth is, guys? Oh right, that's what you're claiming the radius of Earth is. Right, well let me go away and go and get some learned individuals now that study light and study refraction and let's go out and make some measured observations and see if this all stacks up. And I'm gutted to say that even at 125 kilometres there's no measure of curve at all, land-based curve. Over water, there is no curve. So, with that being said, that's not my proof of it. I'm saying there's one observation that goes against what we've been taught. I've spoken to countless pilots. My friends have spoken to countless pilots. There's countless commercial pilots that say they don't fly and account for curve. There is a few pilots that said if we did have to account for curve, we would have to dip our noses every 9 degrees over every 1,000 feet, or we would fly straight off it. There are pilots that have also been grounded for saying that. And then here's where the globalism aspect comes in. So the Trilateral Commission, the Nimrod expedition, 1909, the birth of think tanks, all of that seems very dodgy when you look at the timeline of it. You look at 1909, they made a couple of expeditions, they went, oh, it's a wrap, guys, South Pole, North Pole, Ministries of Education, roll it out. That's it. Internationally, let's works for us just now. Let's run with that, you know, and here we are. Sorry?
Have you heard of Ken Ham? Ken Ham is a Christian apologist. He's not a scientist.
Right.
He's like because he's been talking about it for so long, he's got like a working knowledge of it, although he's not a scientist. But he's in contact with people who are scientists.
Me too. Yeah, me
and,
too.
So as a Christian, I try to be a Christian. As a Christian, I believe that the world is 6,000 years old, not billions of years old.
So do you believe to the testament of the scriptures of Christianity?
Yeah, let me finish. I want to just so if the world is millions and millions of years old, then certain things will be happening on the surface of the moon, the amount of moon dust. The sea accumulates salt. The salt comes, clouds go to the mountains, it runs down into the streams, that takes minerals and salt into the sea, and the salt is an accumulative thing, so the sea would be a lot more saltier if it was millions and millions of years old, this process of water going into the sea and then it goes to the clouds again. But it's not. So there are things that are testable scientifically.
But that to me doesn't prove we're on a ball. That doesn't prove we're on a ball. An ecosystem and even that system doesn't prove that we're on a ball. It doesn't prove that. It doesn't prove what we're taught. Should I say that? No. So let me rephrase that. It says that doesn't prove that we've been taught the truth.
Putting flat Earth to the side for 1 minute.
No, can you rephrase that for me as well? Say put the globe lie to the side. I'm not trying to tell you the Earth's flat. I'm trying to tell you the globe's a lie. So putting the globe lies to the side for a minute.
My point is to you that what scientists say or claim doesn't work out from a Christian perspective and a scientific perspective. Because on the surface of the moon, it's millions and millions of years old. The dust in the Earth, on the moon, would be a lot more deeper than the astronauts claim.
So even you're saying that the timeline is skewed. It's definitely skewed.
And also,
have you heard of people saying that there might have been a miscommunication in the timeline where I was used as a J, and they misinterpreted the I before the year number, and they took it as 6? Yeah. And so there's 1,000 years there and so there are some people that are saying there's more probability that this is 19 something for other or two or whatever it is. Sorry, I might have got that wrong.
The timelines of the people groups on this Earth. That's another thing. If this Earth was millions and millions of years old, and mankind came to a certain point, if you believe it was from small life forms to animals to monkeys to things,
they would have us think we're looking at our ancestors in zoos.
Population of human beings. If you take how we populate now and multiply, even that is wrong because it's giving far more people on the Earth than there is.
Which for me makes us only probably a couple of thousand years old, and that's why we've got the population control in place, the vaccines and everything else. No. But what I want to do is I want to help you not go down that road in the first place. So what you just said was people that believe in the flat Earth genuinely, that's a misconception, massive misconception. So there are people that have looked into making models of how an alternative system could work and keep the celestial things in place. And there's a lot of people that have done that with a local sun and a local moon. There's a lot of models out there that are quite interesting. However, that's like way down the line, and I'm still here, if that makes sense. I'm still here going, right, this is the claim that's been taught to us. How many holes can I poke in? So over the last year and a half, I've gone and had interviews with learned individuals, scientists, astrophysicists, I never say the word. The people that study light. Is it that's in there. Sorry, it's so rubbish of me. So I'm not a learned individual myself, but I have collaborated over the last 18 months with an incredible amount of learned individuals that have all shown me that's not accurate. Within their own right, they've shown me that that's not accurate, and that's not accurate. So that's really, I'm here saying, okay, I'm out here questioning what we've been taught as fact, and here's my first-hand measured, repeated observations with learned individuals that show that the radius cannot be accurate. It can't be accurate, because if it was, our observations would match up with what we're taught, and they don't. We're able to see for over 100 kilometres, where that should be, the laser should be hidden by the curve. We've got people that study refraction for a living. We've got people that study light for a living. And but what I'm here to tell people is, normally people say, why do you believe in flat Earth? And I'm going, wow, that's another room for someone else. That's not the right conversation to have here, because that's not what I'm here talking about. I'm talking about, I've looked at the claim that's been made, and all I found is inconsistencies after inconsistencies. But I'm not here claiming the Earth is flat. I'm here saying the claim that's been made about us living on that is false. Does that make sense? So I'm here showing evidence that that's not accurate. I don't believe in the model that's taught to us through the Ministries of Education. That's all. That's as far as it goes.
So you don't believe in the government, NASA's figures about that?
Not when you look at people that have worked with NASA, like Robert Sims, who's created one of the images for them.
You don't believe in this either?
That's my banner. But believe it or not, that banner's not telling them the Earth's flat. But what's quite psychologically interesting is people look at it and think it's telling them the Earth's flat. It's not. All that does in 9 boxes, which I orchestrated profusely, was to show people in 9 steps how I can break down 9 elements of what we're taught and show unequivocally that it's false. I can show that the Cavendish experiment wasn't even class as an experiment. One man in his shed is not an experiment. That's an observation at best, but it's not an experiment.
I have to go back and do a bit of study.
No worries, no worries.
The Muslims,
Yeah.
the Jehovah's Witnesses,
Yeah.
and
Today you spoke to a globe denier, not a flat earther.
global denial.
Today you spoke to a globe denier who also denounces everything that globalism stands for.
So
I'm against Big Pharma, I'm against what they're doing up there, I'm against the child trafficking that's going on, I'm against the heinous things that the elite families like the Soros, the House of Saud, the Rothschilds, all of what's happening with the child trafficking internationally. I see how Operation Mockingbird is being used through the mainstream media to perpetuate the narrative.
a lot of
Yeah.
fronts.
Big time, yeah. Because all of these things aren't socially acceptable to talk about. When I'm with my girlfriends, they want to talk about Love Island. They don't want to talk about what's going on in Iran. They don't want to talk about what's going on. That is. It is because they go, here we go, get the tinfoil hat out. They're not doing that to kids, Roxanne. And I'm like, oh my God, really? You think Planned Parenthood's all good, do you? You think that they're not promoting people to have late-term abortions because they want to keep the fetuses alive? You don't realise these people are sick. They're sick individuals. Of course there is, but these sleeping masses just want to get to Harvey Nicks to get the next designer thing and go and trundle through another 40 hours to get the next bit and not look blessed and not look right and not see that their human counterparts are suffering. There's genocide going on. There's countries that are killing their own people. And we're scrapping it out over whose God's better than the next God. In my mind, all of these things are to keep you from keeping the Most High beside you. Does that make sense? Because in my mind, I'm like, man gave us that. I've looked at all the scriptures. All the scriptures say fixed, stationary, immovable, pillars. None of the scriptures talk about a ball flying through space. I've had many conversations here for the last year and spoken to every single religion here live on my YouTube. And when they've got the scriptures out, all I've got them to do is corroborate what I've just said. Fixed, stationary, immovable. I've even shared content that's stated over 100 times in the Bible that you're not living on that.
For scientists, secular scientists, mainstream secular scientists, not your opinion, but
Yeah.
On their term, even the sun is in the Milky Way, and the Milky Way is moving, so even the sun is moving. And
within an enclosed system,
and
probably.
The planets around one star, the sun, this present sun, are going around the sun. So
where in the Bible does it say planets?
So I'm just saying. So this is what secular scientists teach.
But in the scriptures,
Now,
but in the scriptures does it say?
So if you read in the Bible where it says that the sun sets in the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. A secular scientists would say the sun doesn't rise or set anywhere. It's in the same place. It's the earth that's moving. Now, technically, in that mind view, they're right.
It gets smaller and it goes off due to the lines of convergence and perspective, goes right around the plane and comes on back. Eclipses, solar and lunar eclipses even prove that.
In a poetical way, even for a small child, this sun, in a poetic way, does make sense. So if human beings understand it, it goes up there, goes down there. So the secular scientists said, you're foolish, that's not science.
Well, when you look down a corridor, you see the same rise and set that you do with lines of convergence.
So when the Bible says the sun sets in the rises in the east and sets in the west, I believe that's using poetry.
Right, I'm just going to get my phone. Sorry, stay there 1 sec. I just saw my phone's over there. Stay there. Sorry, guys. I just realised I wasn't paying attention to my phone. Sorry, darlings. Bring it over here. Sorry, lovely. I'm not the most professional camera person ever, so everyone will just have to bear with me. Sorry, I completely forgot about you all. Bad. You can tell I'm not a professional. Sorry. Sorry. Thank you so much to you all for being here as well. I'm just chatting with this guy. I'm not sure if you're able to hear, but I'm just having a little chat here about various different subjects. So hopefully you can still see and hear. Sorry, darling. Yeah.
Incredible. I would like you to look up Ken Ham, Answers in Genesis. I don't become a Christian, but just to look at the questions that posed there, because that may go along with some of.
I do. I have looked at a lot of the Old Testament. A lot of the Old Testament makes sense. A lot of the Old Testament makes sense to me. There's a lot of things that I think are written about there that are happening right now, and I feel like there's a lot of things that were possibly foretold because the cycle was already known. The cycle was already apparent.
Not even bartering until you have a mark.
Correct. And there's a lot of things that are corrupt in our society that are written there, plain to see. Plain to see. You can see that slavery never died. They just renamed it employmentship, gave us some better perks, and we still pay the tax man. You know, my dad always used to say to me, two sure things in life, death and the tax man. The two things you've got coming to you, whether you like it or not.
What you see in what Moses writes about 3,500 years ago, to be written about today. We're still the same.
I'm with you on that one. I'm absolutely with you on that. I find it uncanny, and I'm always, I always say very much so to people, I don't really like coincidences, especially when so many coincidences are at play, that you get to the point where you go, right, what are the chances? I mean, what are the chances? Really? We've got a book that stood the test of time, and I'm not just talking about the Bible, I'm talking about the Quran, all sorts of historical, because there's a lot, I mean, I've got a lot of Muslim friends myself, and there are a lot of similar, my dad is Catholic and my mum is Church of Scotland, so I've got a Catholic parent and a Protestant parent, and I have my grandparents, you know, having me read the Missal in Latin and in English. That was something that my grandma was very, very passionate about me doing, reciting prayers and knowing certain prayers, 10 Hail Marys and a Glory Be kind of thing. And my mum was very keen on me going to the Church of England, so had me at a Church of England school, had me going to Pathfinders, had me going to Sunday school every Sunday. And I became, I never liked BC. I've never liked BC years, ever, because I know that that's like a mirror. 1 BC, 2 BC, 3 BC, 4 BC, 5 BC. And from a very young age, I just said to people, well, what was a year? What was 1 BC? Give me the year. Give me the number now. Right now. If you're willing to tell me all of this detail, then I want the year now. And don't say to me that the whole of the world started to say, right, so we're just going to say all babies this year born in year 0, because it's the year Jesus Christ was born. That was a narrative that was set in later, with hindsight, after Jesus was in play. Yeah? It annoys me because it's a narrative.
If you went to Oxford University, I'm sure they'd give you
I've asked. SAD, St Edmund's Hall. They flopped the show. They absolutely flopped the show on every level. Every learned individual that was in there. I'm sorry, any St Edmund's Hall, please invite us back if you want. You did rubbish. You had no answers for us at all. I did. I asked a good few people, can you give me the year? No. But I've got a few civilizations internationally that work on different calendars anyway. So it looks like we've been split through dates, times, language. They want us all divided. They want us all divided through race, religion, class, colour, creed, nationality, the lot. Look, this here is because of it.
We were divided by geographical continents. America, what we call America now, is on a different.
You only have to look at the differentials with older maps and newer maps. Obviously, we've got technology, we've got time that, you know, everything evolves. If you assume any rate of progression at all, any rate, you know, even 1,000 piece of progression every 1,000 years, eventually civilization is going to get to the point where we're at now. It may take a little bit longer, admittedly so, but I'm looking at the rate of progression of things, and there's a lot of continuity all along the way. In my eyes, we're taught so many things that are contradictory that when you come out of the education system, I feel like the education system is somewhat like a driving instructor. The driving instructor isn't trying to teach you life, he's just trying to make you pass the test. Once you've got your left license, that's when you really get here. That's why everyone says you're going to crash. You will crash at some point when you get your license. There'll be a time when you have your crash in your first car, and that'll be you. You'll know not to do that again, kind of thing. And I feel like the education system is just such. They're teaching you a narrative. You only have to go to a couple of countries that aren't even taught the heliocentric model to realise how fundamentally different your life is when you're not taught that. The fact that we have countries that exist that aren't taught that shows us that that is not a requirement. That is partisan education. As soon as you back up the education, teaching a model as if it's fact and backing it up with propaganda, mainstream media. I mean, the same images that NASA uses in movies, we get in education. Yeah. Which worries me as well, because I know that I'm not going to do to look at my
me, because I believe in 6,000 years.
Do you know what? I do like that, because that would make a lot more things make sense. Because I'm even looking at the validity of things like dinosaurs, and it now looks like there may be a massive discrepancy as to whether there is or what maybe animals like that existed, but not the ones that are taught to us as them. You know, there is evidence of maybe animals that may have been a bit larger than life, maybe, but when you look at where the bones are kept and how I thought when I went to the museum, I was looking at the actual bones, and it would show that that's not bones, that's plaster cast, and they kind of like, we wouldn't have the real ones on show then. Well, where are the real ones? Oh yeah, they're kept under lock and key, and we don't really get those out.
I believe dinosaurs exist. I believe that.
I'm not at the point where I don't believe it yet. I'm just saying, sometimes I think to myself, well, you know, when you go down the line of investigation, you do expect the door to be shut straight away and you not get anywhere with it.
Also be paranoid about it. You know? I mean, like if I went to the museum and said, in the Victoria and Albert Museum, there are plaster cast moulds of things. There's a whole church facade. There's a whole, a huge church inside them, and it's a plaster cast thing. You go over to Prague and see the real thing.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll stand over here. I don't want to sit on them because I didn't hire them. I don't want to sit on the chairs because I didn't hire them, but I just need to lean on something, but I don't want to lean on them. Yeah, go for it. Sorry. A whole plaster cast where? In London? Is this in a museum in London? I'll put it over there instead. Sorry, darling.
I think there's a plaster cast of a Roman column, and the column is as big as Nelson's column.
And this is inside or outside?
So it's inside Victoria and Albert Museum. It's in two sections, but they couldn't have the whole of like this it's like a triumphal column. And on the outside of this column, this huge column, there's like a fresco that goes around the spiral, going all the way around. So, you can imagine like Nelson column in two bits inside the Victoria and Albert Museum. I think the real one is in Rome, Italy. But the Victorians, what have done is plaster cast of it and brought it back over to here. So I think, if you see a dinosaur bone, it's most probably that they have got the real thing. And the public display in real.
I know what it is now. Real.
So I do find it interesting because it's like this, it's not legit, and yeah, but why don't they show us the real ones? Why don't they actually get the real ones out for us to see? I'm yet to probably look. I'll probably look a little bit more into it, but I do feel like there is narratives all across the board. There's narratives all across the board that we're all taught, and as soon as we step too far outside that narrative, society doesn't want to let people explore it without ridiculing them. And even this conversation we're having is like a breath of fresh air to me, because even though you don't agree with what I'm saying, there's no homonyms, there's no abuse, there's no you ridiculing me, I don't hear a condescending tone in your voice, we're having a polite, and this to me is exactly what I wanted to do when I first came here. And I've been coming here for about a year now, and I'm able to say when I leave Speaker's Corner, wow, I had a couple of good conversations today. But to begin with, it was just ridicule after name calling, and some horrible names. Someone even tried to punch me at some point because they didn't like what I was saying, and I was like, wow. And they claimed to be religious. And I thought, how is that keeping? It said, don't put anything before me.
Maybe it is maybe they're talking, but
I was taught to not put anything between me and the Most High. My mum and dad always used to say, if you can just walk your life and try and keep that good side, the benevolent side is with you as much as you possibly can. And if man gives you something and says, make this more important than that, then maybe question it. Why would they want to do that? Why would they want to distract you from the fact that you've been created? And obviously with one being Catholic and one being Protestant, I did find the fact that my parents were married, remember? And my mum and dad got married in Scotland, and they said that it would have been easier for them to be a mixed race couple than to be mixed religion, because in Scotland, Glasgow,
So
Yeah.
apparently there used to be iron railings.
They got married. I think they got married in the early 70s.
Somebody told me that in Scotland there used to be iron railings between the Protestants and the Catholic playground.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was that much.
Yeah, my dad went to a school called St Aloysius, and apparently they had this segregation there as well, and it's very, very real. And they said, you know, people were less offended with mixed race than they were being mixed. Crazy, crazy. Are you alright? Why? Okay, guys, if you bear with me, I'm gonna need to turn my hotspot on real quick. I need to do something. Sorry, gang. I'm gonna go to the shop to get myself a bottle of water because my throat is so dry now. I'm at the point where I think I might suffer from some what's it called? Dehydration. I don't realise I've been here talking perpetually since 11 o'clock this morning, and I'm like breathing in, and it feels like I'm breathing in sand, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna choke in a minute. Like, let me get Okay, guys, I hope everything's alright in the chat room. How is everything? Karen B, darling, hi. Lulu, Papa Dolly, Thomas, JP. Is it cause I flat? Dolly Daydream. Oh, Dolly, you should tell everyone about the 17th. Okay, one sec. Okay, what I'm doing is I need to go and get another apple juice. And with a bit of luck, I will do this now. Sorry, guys. I'm going to hopefully let Jason look after the phone while I'm gone. And we will just go and get a quick bloody cold drink. Sorry guys, I'm hoping you can still hear me. I'm just quickly sorting out something in my bag here. So I can go and get a juice without losing everything in my bag. I'm going to take you lot with me so we can all go together. Okay? Come on a little adventure to the little cafe. Simple. Okay, we're going to take that and we're going to take that. Do you want a juice or do you want a water or anything? Do you like a water? Yeah? I'll be 2 seconds. I'm just going to go over there and I'll be straight back. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, so I'm here. So as you can see, everyone's there. And I'm just going to go over here to the cafe to get a juice. And there's a few people, if anyone watches Real and Maggie's stream, Jupiter's there as well. There's a few other people there that I was just chatting to. Found that quite interesting because not all of them agree with where I'm coming from, but I think I'm getting them to understand I'm not giving them anything as a claim. I'm just taking their ball away from them. That's all. Not necessarily flat smacking them. I'm just taking balls. Taking balls away. Taking balls away. Taking them balls away. Okay. Sorry about the joggy camera. But no one needs to see my 7 head on the camera right now. We're just walking to the cat. I'm going to get an apple juice. And hopefully... Oh, there's a big queue though. Okay, last time I came here, it was like hardly any people stood here. So I got the drink quite quickly. Oops, sorry guys. Yeah, I got the drink quite quickly. We've got a little queue this time, but you don't realise it. It's there, talking. And no, my throat just got so dry. I was like, oh wow, wait, I can't even talk anymore if I get a drink. It's not happening. So I'm not buying Coca-Cola. I'm gonna get some apple juice. You know what I'm trying to do here? I'm holding this. I've got my battery, I've got my bag. I'm like, bag lady. It's like I can't leave anything anywhere. It's not that I don't trust anyone. I just don't want to make anyone else be responsible for my shit, and then my shit goes missing. I'd rather be mad at myself than be mad at someone else. Go for this warrior. Oh, these trolls are jokes. Nice one, Double O. Nice. Big up all the mods. Nice. Nice. And thank you so much to everyone that's tuned back in as well. Obviously. I'm gonna see. I'm supposed to be leaving at the same time as Jason, and I'm scared because I'm scared that time's coming soon. So it's like I might just have to take some public transport home, because I don't really want to go home yet. And I know if Jessica's watching, she's gonna be rolling her eyes right about now. She'll be like, "Oh, mum." But it's where I'm not gonna be coming back here for a while. Yeah, it's not gonna be like. It's gonna be like November when I come back. I'm gonna miss it. I'm actually gonna miss it. I'm thinking a lot of people have asked me, will then come back before the end of August, but Dolly and I are going to be doing Dolly, I'm just going to tell everyone, even though, Rich, double O. I've got a mission for double O. Big up yourself, concerned citizen. Double O, you still in the chat, bro? Bro. Alright, so, broski, you know the thing for the 17th? Are you able to upload that onto the Really Woke channel and then share the link for it in the chat room, if possible? I'm not going. I'm going to be live for like the next hour or so, so I'm not going anywhere for now. But if you could share the link for the 17th, if it's done, wait, bruv, of course, it's a yesfromme.com. And sorry, do you know what? With everything that's gone on, I thought mate, I'm such a dickhead. I thought I responded to you and I did. I must have hit send. My bits, the helicopter, Dolly, and Double that keeps going over my house. Always over London. Always over London. But yeah, Double, you could share that for everybody that lives in the UK. Myself, Dolly, and Augmented Reality Double are going to be meeting up on the 17th of August, just outside Manchester in Stockport. Just go there. Hey, could I get a can of apple pie, please? Sorry, guys. I'm just putting the camera down for a sec. Thank you. 1 sec, gang. I know the screen's going black. Okay. Just that, please. Yeah. Okay, one double. Next one. Could I get a straw, please? Can't be drinking out of them cans directly. So. Okay. Got my juice. There you go. Thank you. This one ice americano. And, okay, hold on, guys. Almost gone. Okay. And then we just got to get that beverage because thirsty works this whole talking about you. Straight up. Thirsty works. And I don't really know why I had my sunglasses on today because where's the sun, Lee? Okay, I'm gonna go around the back because going through there. Do you want to go through there? I don't particularly want to go through there today. You already know what it's like. Screaming at everybody, saying this, saying that, saying this, saying that. So nah, you're alright, thanks. I will go back over here. I've got a funny feeling when I get back, Jason's gonna be like, right, I'm ready to bounce and go in, but I'm not ready to bounce. So I feel like, geez, man. I feel like we're at a party and my friend wants to leave and I don't want to go. Chat room, help me out. How do we speak to Jason to be alright with me staying? Help me out, man. I feel like I should leave when Jason leaves, but like I said, I don't want to. Help! Advice! Advice, please. I want to stay a bit longer, or shall I just go when Jason goes? But then there's a chance I might not be back until November. So shouldn't I stay here for as long as possible today? Or do you think just leave it when Jason's ready to go? Advice? Answers on a postcard, please. Any advice? Any advice? No? Is no advice. Advice would be good. Hold on. Whoa. Ah, mission failed. Mission failed. Get orientation off, alright? Okay. We're back in business. Okay. Now, it's not raining. In that lemon. It's not raining. Truth prevails, yeah. I feel bad though, innit? I feel bad. Of course I'll tell him straight up. I'll say, oh, do you know what? Come on, Jace. You know you're going to have to drag me out of here kicking and screaming. More time when I'm ready to go home, it's like 9 o'clock. However, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Yeah, I'm so excited for it. The tour kicks off on the 29th of August. I'm taking over the tour from the 16th of September. And yeah, the tour's going everywhere. Where isn't the tour going? It's not going to Russia. Big up Philip Dugenin. This is in London. This is in London. What? Yeah, this is in London. Why is it raining? Bro, it's not raining here. It's not raining here at all. It's fine. I'll be honest with you though. It is a little bit humid. It is a little bit humid. I'm not going to lie to you. It does feel kind of close. And if it does rain, I'm screwed because I didn't bring an umbrella. So my hair is going to be ripped with a capital X. So that is probably not a good look for me if it starts raining. More so, I see Dave, yeah, see Trinity there? Trinity's doing this thing. Trinity's doing his thing. So, where he's on the banner, if anyone wants to check out what Trinity is actually talking about just now, then go right on ahead and go and check out him. He'll be live. His channel is Trinity4. Go check him out. And Jason is just here, around here. Maybe I've got a shit view. Hold on. Just checking the phone still charging. So, Jason? Jason!
Sorry? Oh, I see. Okay.
It's not Richard Branson. He's got a lot of money. He's very adventurous. What's to stop him getting in a car and driving in one direction forever, providing he's got enough fuel?
Again, I accept that. But he doesn't.
Somebody would have done it.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Nobody's tried it.
Do you think that would be? It's a good point. I think someone should try it. Why hasn't there no explorers that have done that?
You said the millions of flat earthers. Why haven't they tried it?
No, but we're not trying to prove this. We're asking proof that we live on a ball. That's what we're asking for. I'm here for one reason, because I want proof. Okay, I'm asking for proof that I live on a spinning ball at 1,000 miles an hour. That's what I'm telling you. I'm asking for. And when I ask for this, so you believe that they're up there?
Yeah.
Do you believe everything? I mean, I seen Loch Ness Monster, like talking to some kids not so long ago. Do you believe everything that's presented to you on TV?
Not
Blindly?
not everything, but I believe that there are space agencies around the world that do go in rockets up into
And then
space.
I would like you to go online onto NASA's website or science.com and find out what the temperatures of space are. Okay? Go find that out, and then you will and you will find out. This is what I know that you'll find out. Okay, you'll find that it's really cold in space.
Yes, minus
Okay.
270 degrees centigrade.
Yeah, it might be about that. It's really cold in space. That's based on direct heat. Okay, that is based on. Okay, but that sun is radiative, and being that there's no air molecules, it can't transfer heat in space. Okay, but radiative heat, once it hits a international space station, if it hits a satellite or any other a rocket ship or anything like that, that's radiative heat building up, and them temperatures, based on science.com and NASA, they say them temperatures reach as far as 2,500 degrees Celsius. The aluminium melts at 700 degrees and titanium about 1,000 degrees. I mean, they melt at them points. So they cannot possibly be in there.
That
There is
heat
no
on the temperature on the surface of a rocket is dissipated by the vacuum of space as well.
exact. Well, how can there is no air molecules to extract any of that? How can how
It
can
still radiate off?
no, sorry. What you think an inanimate object, it can just radiate something off? As in,
Yes. When a hot object, the molecules are vibrating
again,
at
it's a nice
high
story, but how can you
frequency.
prove any of
When
that?
they put it into a vacuum of space,
How can you
it
prove
starts-
any of that? It's a good
you
story.
can prove that in a laboratory.
Oh.
If you put a hot substance into a vacuum, it starts to cool.
I don't know that. I'll have to take your word for that. I don't know that.
But that's how that's why the rockets don't just melt in space. But that's not what it's also.
So I
that
don't
was
believe
the
they
thing
can get
that
up there
was
because of them temperatures.
No, I was just asking.
And I don't understand the reason. We're told that there's satellites up there, like for telecommunications, for GPS, and other things. I suppose. I really don't believe in them. I don't believe that they can be up there. But
What do you say?
How do we have wireless communication?
well, 98% of it, they already admit to say that it all goes through cell towers and undersea cables and that. They already admit that. 98%.
How about Elon Musk's Starlink? You can see it in space.
So
you can see it with the naked eye.
I see. I don't think that's possible. I believe that you can see particular distances, but I don't believe that you can actually see something that's meant to be, what's that, like a couple hundred miles away or something? I don't think that you could see something a couple hundred miles away.
Doesn't exist, Saturn doesn't exist.
Who said that?
Well, you seem to be saying
No,
that.
no, you're just making up rubbish. That's rubbish.
No, but
No, you're making up lies.
Jupiter and Saturn, are they round?
So yeah,
Are they
I don't know.
well?
I don't know. I'm not making that claim. I don't know.
Sorry to interrupt. Just to summarize, so you basically, what you guys saying is Earth is flat.
Yes. I don't know. It's observably flat. There's a big difference because I don't
There's
know.
a question.
I don't know.
Is it flat or a ball? So you want someone to prove? I'm just trying to understand.
Well, where I start off from is I need to ask, can I find proof that we live on a ball? That's where I need to start.
And,
because that's the claim that's being made, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. That's it. And the second thing you said is there is no satellite up there. There are no satellites.
Well, no, they can't be up there.
They can't be up there.
No. Not with the temperature to space. I mean, look, even rockets going up there and all that. How are they bypassing the Van Allen belts? Let's say to go to the moon. How are they bypassing that?
So basically, nobody reached the moon as well.
No, certainly not. There's too much evidence to prove that we haven't. I was talking about the mirrors that they left on the moon that you could fire a laser up. Okay. You know about that? The mirrors that they left on the moon? They left these mirrors on there. So anywhere around Earth, you can fire a laser up and then get a reading of that laser and how long it went up until it come down, and therefore you can measure the distance the moon is away. Okay? The problem is, the Earth's spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, and what happens is, if I fire a laser up and it takes about 20 odd seconds to come back down, I've already moved about 500 feet. I'm not here. I'm over there.
No, because they built that into the receptor.
So if that was a receptor was aimed back at me. So what about someone at the other end of the cup?
Two different receptors. One for when you fire it, and one the time it takes for the signal to come back. You build two receptors. You
Okay. So the other thing as well is if you go online and watch look at all the photographs of how they have set these mirrors up there. Okay. They're all at an angle, kind of aiming towards the ground and the sky. They're all at an angle, but they should be aimed directly upwards. Every mirror should be aimed directly upwards, and they're not. They're aimed at an angle, sort of like off that way, because Earth is above them. If you're stood on the moon, okay, and where all the Apollo landings landed, Earth is up there. And we've got photographs of people taking pictures, and you can see the land and you can see Earth in the top. But that photograph it's not possible because Earth is there. You can't take a picture of Earth and see the ground at the same time. It's there.
No such thing as up and down in space.
That's what I'm saying. People aren't. You're going to try and come up with some sort of story for that. But it is. We haven't been to the moon.
Well, imagine if Earth is flat. What if someone sails? What's going to happen at the end?
That's what I'm saying. Do you understand about what I'm saying about program responses? That's what we get all the time. I'm not trying to belittle you in any way, but we call that programming. It's an indoctrinated response because none of us claim that there is an edge.
You said it's because of the South Atlantic Treaty that nobody would be allowed to travel over.
Yeah. Okay. So there is that Antarctic Treaty put in place.
You're the rebellious street.
Wow.
You don't.
There is an Antarctic Treaty that is in the place, okay? That was signed by 58 countries in 1953, okay? And it says that civilians can't just go wandering around. You can't just pull up in your boat and then go wandering about in Antarctica. You'll be arrested and sent away. That's not me made up. Just type it into Wikipedia or Google. You'll find that.
I don't understand where you're going.
Okay, so what it proves as well is you can get video footage of the 24-hour sun in the north. Okay, so in our summer we can see the 24-hour sun if you go up a little bit further. In Australia summer, when it becomes our winter, you should be able to see the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. It's a ball, isn't it? At two ends of the earth, you should be able to see one or the other. But there is no video evidence of it. There's tons of the northern one, but none of south. But you can't go down there just by yourself and go and check and say, I want to cross Antarctica. No one's ever done that journey. We've just had an explorer that supposedly crossed Antarctica. He went all the way to the South Pole and then did a left turn. He didn't cross it. He just went to the. If you look at the map, I'm not kidding. You look at Antarctica. He walked right to the so-called middle and did a 90-degree turn and turned left.
All right. What you're saying is making sense.
But
I have a question to you. I was reading somewhere about the gravity. So what I have read so far is right now there is a gravity, but in future there might not be gravity because there would be no North Pole or South Pole.
Just stories.
What's that? I mean,
what
do you guys believe?
Okay.
What's the question?
Right, okay. A lot of it just stories. That's all we hear. There is no proof of gravity. We've been searching for proof of gravity. There's lots of stories. That's why the theory of gravity is called the theory of gravity. Just stories.
So it's about definition. What is gravity? How do you define gravity? It's about that. Gravity is something when you put something out.
Well, like a helium balloon. So throw it up.
But it's
it's the what?
But the helium gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a light.
But we still got gases that are heavy as well, but not that can fall down.
But it doesn't go.
But that's an example of gravity.
Tell me why helium goes up. One of you know this.
Because it's lighter than the.
So we're talking density.
Yes.
So it's density. So that's all it is. It's relative density, isn't it?
So what are
How does
relative density? Look, you right now, you are heavier than the medium around you. You're heavier than it, and that's why you're.
Very used to the word heavier.
Yeah, I've heard that argument. That's just indoctrination. Yeah, you can't prove what I'm saying is that what you've been taught, prove that there's gravity, and then which gravity are you all talking about?
That logic doesn't make sense. If we're heavier than air, that means.
It means what? I mean, I know what
air isn't able to just hold us down.
Someone's story. Where's the proof?
Well, the proof is that.
Okay, density. It's heavier than the air around it. Do you see what I'm saying? That isn't proof. Would you accept that's not proof? Would anyone accept that that wasn't proof?
How about
Because otherwise you're all trolling me. Would you accept that that was proof? What he just did then? Do you accept that's proof?
Yes, that's reasonable proof.
That he dropped something and it fell to the ground. That something pulled that down. Not the fact that it fell through the air, the medium. That something pulled it down. How can he prove that something pulled that down?
No, this object is affected by gravity, but gravity.
How can you prove that?
By this,
How can you prove that
is
that?
If I go in a laboratory and I go into a vacuum chamber, there's no
Do
air.
Do it.
No, if you put an
Gravity
object,
is
then
meant
the
to be.
object's-
Okay, I was about to say, him putting that on the ground proved to me that that was, and you think gravity is things pull onto the center of the earth, but that was the bending of time and space.
Yeah, but
Is that not what
but if
gravity
I do
is
this-
now?
How about this then?
Bending
Is
of time and
gravity?
space.
Is it? Isn't it not?
What
No,
if
it's
you
the
go
attraction between two different masses.
Oh, so we're doing
We're
the.
able to observe that in the
So
universe.
that's Sir Isaac Newton's what's it, theory of gravity. That's his theory. But don't forget, Albert Einstein, he has his theory on gravity, his story. He has his theory, which is the bending of time and space. Is that not so? That is mainstream
Light
science.
bends, yes.
Okay. So you put
But light bends
so,
because of
so
gravity.
you dropping that now, that was to do with time and space. The
No,
bending
I'm
of
saying-
time and space.
Light.
You see you're all struggling
light
with this.
Bends because of gravity.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Space.
So
It doesn't make sense.
because
what
you're
trying
programmed
argue.
to believe something without proof.
Okay, how about this? What's your
Do you
proof?
understand what I'm saying?
What's your proof that
Where
I do
is
have
where
proof.
is
I
proof?
observe it every day in every moment of my life.
You can observe something being pulled to the center of the earth.
Yes. At this
How
exact
do you
moment.
observe something being pulled?
At every single moment. That's how we're able to stay on this earth.
Well, I've just explained that through what's it, density.
That with the air, and then you can just.
But okay, so I've just explained it to that. But you think things are being pulled down? Do you agree that you can see things pulled down? You've been quiet.
You see that because the whole, like, so many things in science are not observable because we have really shitty eyes, to be honest.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Yeah. But also with the whole argument of it's just a theory, you can say that about so many scientific theories now.
But the stories, at the end of the day, that he just agrees with that story, and then you go, oh, now it's a theory because it's the best evidence. Because it's the best evidence that we have at the moment.
Yeah, but theory of evolution is observable. It's still called the theory of evolution.
Because it's a story and with no proof.
I'm pretty sure you can observably see changes through time of different
Really?
animals. Yes.
Okay, so
How about this?
so hang on. We came from monkeys. We can see apes. Okay, monkeys. Is ape? Okay. All right. Okay. Well, you've scored a point. Well done. You know, like so we come from apes. Okay. But where is the change between apes and ourselves? Where is
7
that?
million years ago.
No. Look,
As a
but we've still got apes.
Yes, because if you're fitted to an ecological niche and you're an ape and you're doing really well, and then one of you develops a trait that is better suited to an environment maybe 500 meters away or suit it or over a river,
Yeah.
you'll pass on. Oh shit.
Is there a fly?
Oh yeah.
Something.
Geek. And you have a trait that is better suited to a specific environment, or for some reason allows you to survive better.
Okay.
You pass that on in over millions of years.
Okay. But
And you can be
again, you'll accept it's a story that though.
I don't think it's a story. I think it's an actual scientific theory.
Right. So there's proof. I can find proof to this.
Yes.
Citation anywhere that you could send me,
Well, I mean,
or is it just a belief that you have?
no. I mean, I've seen actual skulls and the progression of skulls to Homo sapiens.
Okay.
I think you might want to.
Happened last
It's
time.
all kicking off.
Yeah,
they might go over your face.
Yeah. What? So I take. Do you believe in the Big Bang as well?
I don't know. I mean, I believe in the Big Bang, but I'm not good at physics. So
Okay. So why would you?
biology is my.
Do you believe in the Big Bang?
Well, I don't know. I'm not really Christian. I mean, that God created the earth. But I don't think God out of nothing said we should now create the earth. I think God works through using nature to create.
See,
Not evolution.
I see all
We
this as
reached the point-
stories
we
with no
reached the point
proof.
with evolution.
You have proof though. You can
Yes.
observably see the fossil changes over
Yes.
millions of years.
Yes.
Okay, like let's say dinosaurs.
Yes.
Would that be a good example?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of what?
But you won't like what I'm about to say.
Go on.
Okay. go when next time you're in a museum, ask him what you're seeing. Is it real? Is it a real bone?
I've been to Vernal in Utah and seen.
Don't assume.
I've been to Vernal in Utah in America, where they have a museum which is an active museum. You can actually see them digging the dinosaur bones out.
Because all of these dinosaur bones, they only appeared, exactly when we did was at museums and that.
In California,
No,
there's
no,
these chalk quarries, and
I-
I've been there, and you can find real fossils. I found a fossil.
Okay.
Yeah.
But can it not just be just animals?
Well, it can't be because it's
Can't.
been
You can
underneath
carbon date things.
To what? I think you can. It was 50,000 years in carbon date.
You can carbon date things
But you
for
can
7
also
million,
see
but it's
it by
risky.
how much.
Really, I thought it was 50,000.
No, it's basically, as far as I know, with carbon dating, you can date them to about 7 million, but the problem is that often it destroys the fossil, so they don't, unless you have a complete skeleton or like enough of it, they don't
Yeah,
really
but
like
also
doing it.
you
So
said
they wait for a long
Oh yeah, yeah.
You said how do you know they're just animals?
All you see in museums is plaster casts, isn't
No,
it?
but they fit,
That's what you see.
They fit the
Plaster
bones
Paris.
together. To make and they fit the bones together and see what's
So,
made.
I think you should be allowed to question dinosaurs. You know, I have no proof either way. I think you should be allowed to question.
I believe that the fossils are real because I've seen them
Right.
firsthand.
Yes,
I found them in a quarry myself.
And you'd be able to tell the difference between a million-year-old fossil and plaster Paris or something.
Well,
the scientists can.
Science, I can't do it by
You
myself.
said it's
But,
all a conspiracy.
I know, but it's all money in it. It's all like big money for them.
but to be able to go, we had to go in this quarry, and for the minerals down there, they had to be there for millions of years.
Yeah.
No animal
Have
in
you
the
not
last
thought that
couple
they
of years
could be
would
just
have
pulling the
died.
wool over your eyes just to perpetuate evolution,
So
just
the
to
whole
perpetuate it?
But
world.
what would be the point of perpetuating
Yeah, just because I don't know that doesn't mean to say it's not happening.
But I mean, like, you can actually
There's
see,
You have to.
thousands and thousands
can
of
see
people
the
in
progressive change.
archaeology.
You're saying
and
that?
it was being
What's that?
all faked.
You can see the progressive change in different things. Like, I mean, it's not. It's harder with humans because there's.
But it should be for kind of every living organism right now. We should see a progressive change for every living organism, should we not? If they would cast a fossil. Oh, you can. Where could I see this?
I don't know. It depends on different. You go to different
All
museums.
I'm saying is, every time I look at the research, every time I ask for why and can you prove stuff, it does fall flat quite a lot of the time.
I've literally been in labs looking at skulls.
Okay, you can do.
Right, I have a smartphone here, right? I can't operate it because I'm too old, but I'm not flexible enough. Children are developing the techniques of being able to do that with the thumb. Then in time, you'll get development of the thumb, which because they've been practicing for time generations, and so you will get a deformation of the thumb.
So again, it'd be a nice story.
Well, it's proved it.
I don't think they have proved it. When I asked for scientific good talking to you. I just think that you should be allowed to ask questions.
Well, you
And ask-
can.
Okay.
But when you said.
So you think I can walk into a museum and ask them, can you prove to me that this is a real dinosaur? I know I'll be thrown out in minutes.
No, you wouldn't.
Really? You don't think so?
But what I'm saying is, if you have a massive bones from exactly the same place, you can fit those bones. They fit together in certain ways. If I break my arm, the scientist, the doctor, can put those two pieces together because they match. And the same with dinosaur bones. You get a pile of bones.
But if someone was to deceive you, wouldn't they make it match?
Are you saying that there are
No.
conspiracies in the whole world to deceive us about everything you say?
Do you think? No, well, I didn't say that. But I didn't say
I think we
that.
are being deceived in a lot of ways.
Okay.
But
So.
it's to say that everything.
No, yeah, but I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that.
So if I took you to Vernal, which is in Utah,
Okay.
and I've been there, the museum is built over where the next.
I know it's I know they're making good money out of it.
Well, that's not the point.
Really?
No, they know.
Don't people actually do stuff for greed and power?
Oh, of course. But what I'm saying is, there's enough evidence now. But if you get a pile of bones, if you take a rabbit, and you skin it, take all the internal organs out.
Yeah.
You can give it to somebody who can put that rabbit skeleton back together.
You could probably throw in a few cat parts and maybe. Really? You don't think so? Because I mean, like,
So you're saying if a teacher gives a class a rabbit, a couple of kids, said I want you to take all the innards out, all the skin, include the skeleton, and they're going to put the bones in the box, shake them up, that a good
But think about
will be
it.
able to
No, it's a bit of logic for you. Okay, there is, and I don't know the number. I mean, you may know it if you know a bit about dinosaurs. There's a lot of different species of dinosaurs. Okay, an awful lot. Do we have full skeletons of the entirety of all of these dinosaurs? No, sometimes we might get a finger of something, and they'll extrapolate from that and go, "Oh, it used to look like this." Sorry?
They use the actual bones, they build it up.
That's what I would like to believe. That's what I always believed.
It's like a jigsaw.
Okay.
You get a jigsaw
Well,
picture and you scatter the pieces. Because they fit in certain ways, you can fit them together.
When people used to story tell things like that a lot, I believed that. And I had to have faith and just believe things.
Mr. Saying too much of yours.
No, all right. Nice talking to you as well. No, well, okay, likewise. Okay. Yeah.
No, I'll take it back. Everyone's been enjoying your conversations.
Oh, God.
Bit of new technology, you see. We've had the conversations going and a bit of camera angling around. Everyone saw the fight that was going on in the background and it got trampled over again.
Oh, it was a fight, was it?
Two women scrapping it out, mate. I don't know what two women, but I know it was girlies.
Oh, the problem is...
I'll be honest with you, I only know one of them, and I was concerned when I saw Maggie up in there. I saw, rah, Maggie's up in there. I wasn't too pleased about that, but then I saw Real, he had her back, he was giving his girl all the way. I was like, Maggie's got back up, she's fine, she doesn't need me jumping over the fence. But I was ready to jump over the fence for Maggie. I know no guys need defending, but I saw Maggie up in there. Maggie looked little compared to all the other big people around her. I've got the chat room. Great work, Jason.
Uh-huh.
So I hope you've all been enjoying Jason's interaction. Cause I saw we were only live with one camera, and I thought I'm getting you on film, but no one's actually hearing what you're saying.
No.
It's a bit obtrusive for me to just go like this.
Well, we've been talking about getting a new microphone, haven't we?
Good. Yes, we have. We have been looking at getting a new microphone.
We want so if anyone knows any cheap presented newscaster microphones, or maybe wireless that go straight to the no. What you mean? Don't do that like Roxanne did last week and testing. This is control.
My apologies for last time. I had the mic like.
Yes.
That's what it sounded like. Good. So, yeah, we've been looking into getting a new mic, trying to find ways to. Mate, I'm holding the phone. How do you want me to do? I'll jump. There we go. Here we go. Got it the right way. Hopefully, you can all still hear.
I can't hear now. We've done it all wrong. No, project that voice. We'll do a bit of Dave Manuel's thing.
Might give everyone a headache if I do that. It is not. Hold that. Can I ask you what your thoughts are on this?
Ridiculous.
Why?
Huh? Because it is.
Can you tell me why?
Ridiculous.
What's so ridiculous about any of it?
About the Earth being flat.
No, that's remember. Read the banner. It's my banner. That's
Yeah,
what I'm asking.
that's what I'm
Yeah. So you said about the Earth being flat. That's not what the banner's telling you.
But that's why I'm reading it.
That's the way you're reading it.
I want to hear. I want to see what's going on here.
But you're making assumptions saying that this banner said. I'm saying this from a case study point of view, so don't get offended.
Yeah,
I'm so interested to know the psychology behind your program responses. So when you went, come on, man, it's silly. I sensed a little bit of defensive ego coming through there, only because you've been educated like I have through the ministries of education. Okay, so without taking offence. I'm just going to help you out here and let you know that this banner's not making any claims, okay?
Yeah.
So I can save you some time from your program responses coming with all the defences that you don't need right now, because there's no claim being made here. This isn't telling you, here's the model of a flat Earth. All my banner's telling you in 9 boxes is how this model that we're all taught doesn't stack up. So all I'm here telling people is that what we've been taught is a lie. I'm not telling people what it is. All I'm telling people is what it isn't. Okay? I've made land-based observations with learned individuals that prove beyond reasonable doubt radius cannot be 3959. Can't be. Because we can see too far. I'm making land observations over 100 kilometres with lasers and learned individuals, people that have gone to university and worked really hard for those letters after their name, and they can't prove it's a ball. I can't prove to you what it is because I can't explore the room.
Yeah.
All I'm here talking to people about is why do you believe what you're taught? And why isn't it socially
it's not
acceptable
supposed to be a
to
perfect
question
ball. It's supposed to be like an egg
a
shape.
spheroid? So
An
then
egg shape.
we're shown these images and people believe these images.
This is just an image that's put together, made up of like scan, because there's nothing far enough out there.
That's
to
right.
Kind of,
One of the guys that made ones told us that himself.
Yeah, that's always been the case.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for me, my biggest
And the
gripe
map
is
isn't correct either. Like it's not.
yeah,
the map
but this is the
upside
same
down.
thing
The
the
real
space
map is
agency
upside down.
come back down. This is what the space agencies do. So if I'm saying the space agencies that, by the way, get millions of pounds, they're telling us this is doable for everything coming back down. They've got to take all this curve into account, right?
Yeah.
So that same curve that we're taking into account, this is the trigonometry formula for it, okay? So that is telling me that I shouldn't be able to see X amount of miles before the drop starts to take effect. We're past superior and inferior mirages at this point. We're doing rate of drop, okay?
Yeah,
so
but
that
all
rate
those
of drop
are according
based
to a
on...
perfect sphere, though, isn't it?
Pardon?
All those calculations are according to a perfect sphere.
Those radiation, the radius calculations are based on drop, right? That doesn't make that's an assumption to say something would be a perfect sphere. No one's got any evidence of a perfect sphere, but yet the agencies use this and teach this. So you as a human being, you should be able to go out and you should say, right, I should make observations that corroborate with this. So why are hundreds of learned individuals, not regulars like me that haven't gone through university? We're talking about people who studied light for decades, that have then gone out and gone, right, let me see if I can disprove or prove this. Not prove it's flat, prove I'm living on what I'm taught I'm living on. They've gone out to try and prove that we are on that, they can't. So I'm like, okay, I don't need to tell you what it is to explain to you what it isn't. But I do feel like it's a human programmed response to an knee jerk and say, well, it's got to be that then. And a lot of people go, oh, you're a flat earther, you're a flat earther. I'm like, what is a flat earther? I don't know what a flat earther is. I only know that I've questioned what I've been taught, and I've noticed that socially, that's not accepted. Because people would tell me, yeah, I've given no models here. There's no, I'm not giving a projection here of anything flat. But do you know that 90% of the people that look at my banner believe that the banner is telling them it's flat? And I'm wondering if that's a little bit of cognitive dissonance. I'm wondering if you'd entertain that.
That's before they've even got here. Like you've seen a few things about the Earth is flat, so they come in to check it out. That's it. Like you've asked me before I've even read it.
Yeah. But I thought I'd ask that only because I thought I'll save you some time to let you know that the banner's not making any claims to say. All it's saying is that you're being lied to, and that's what we're being lied to about. So I'll let you read it a little bit more, but I'm hoping that I've saved you some time to not get caught in that programmed holding position, which labels me and stops me from having a proper conversation with you because you're thinking I'm thinking about peak position. Does that make sense? Because that's a claim, and I don't want you to think I'm making a claim. So yeah, I'm here anyway. So if you want to talk some more, but I thought I'll at least explain myself, given that it's my banner, and thought luckily enough, I feel that it's brilliant that people are prepared to stop and look. So a lot of people are just tunnel vision and don't even want to even spend 5 minutes looking at it. So thank you for looking at it as well. Cheers, darling. Okay, thank you. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. Do you lot want to see something? Do you lot want to see something? Do you want to see something like really exciting? Do you want us to do like an exclusive, an exclusive preview of a camper van that's been purchased on behalf of the Globe Lie in 3? No, hold on. No, I can't just give it to them like that, Jason. Hold on. They've got to be ready. Guys, do you want to see the Globe Lie camper van? Do you want to see the 2019? Sorry, mic issues. I had the mic too close. Sorry. Do you want to see the 2019 Globe Lie camper? Would you like to see it? The Wokemobile. Dolly's already trying to take over. I love it. The Wokemobile slash. Yeah, the Wokemobile slash. Lifting the lid. Are you ready? Oh no, wait. He already knows. Oh, I love you lifting. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, sorry
Okay.
guys.
No, do it again,
Yeah,
just
put
on
it
that way.
all
That
right,
way.
yeah. You guys see? Da-na-na, Club Light 19. Da-na, da, 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 da.
That's a bit out of the mic. Oh, what happened
Sorry.
there? Yeah. Oh, that was me. Went off.
Hey. Okay, sorry. We're trying to do the big reveal. It's all right. We're doing the big reveal before we leave. We have to. We have to do the proper.
Did have
big reveal.
a
You just saw the picture
of
of it.
a picture of
But
when I
hopefully, I'm
first
going to
saw it.
speak Jason into letting you see it in real life and see if we can get away with that. I'm really going to see if we can get away with that.
Right. So.
Noise.
So watch.
All right, go on. Beep, beep. Here comes the globe might reveal. Beep, beep. Yep, tour starts on the 29th of August, people. Da-na-na, da-na. Why am I doing that song? Why is that song coming to mind? Oh, no. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, perfect.
There you go.
Perfect, perfect.
So there's your exclusive.
You've got an exclusive there. You've seen the Globe Light camper. You've seen the Globe Light camper in amongst the goods because corner. You've got to love that. I'm just going to go round to get my bag before someone nicks it, okay?
And that's why I'm going home early, to drive it home.
Yeah, yeah. And I was thinking about being a rebel and going, I'm not going, Dave. And then I was like, no, I'm going. So I promised Jessica I wasn't going to stay late. And I know that I might come back here next week, all right? I might come back here next week. The jury's out on that one. I might come back here next week. But there's a lot of people here that still want to talk to me, you know, Joe. There's a lot of people that still want to talk. What do I do about that? What do I actually do about all the people? I'm going to come back round. Hold on. What do I do? Sorry. Cheers, you. I really appreciate that. Massively appreciate that. Massively appreciate that. I hope I have come a little way in a year in where I started and how I now approach the conversation with people. I'm hoping I don't try and lead them down a path that's not going to go anywhere. I'm hoping I can give them the tools to inform themselves and start their pursuit of truth, at least looking at this, especially if it's not something they were looking to take the time. Look, that guy I was talking to, he hasn't left the banner yet. Yeah, I don't know who that bloke beside him is in that Hoax t-shirt. Who's he, Astral? Who is he?
That's Jason of the Disc.
Are you sure? Oh, he looks like some bloke we know. Good. Yeah, so that guy I was speaking to, he's still looking, man. He hasn't moved off. And this is a nice guy called Paul who I've been chatting to as well. Everyone's been really lovely, if I'm being honest with you. So I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. How have you enjoyed it today so far?
It's been entertaining.
It has, isn't it? It has. There's been a lot of different conversations going on.
It's been quite. I always like coming down here because at least people have an open mind.
That's it. That's the bit. It's having that open-minded conversation.
And they're willing to listen to each other.
Correct.
Well, not everybody because of that fight just there.
Well, that's, you know what, I did start off by saying to everyone. Yeah. No, I thought this was speakers' corner, not debaters' corner. Do you know what I mean? But it seems like it gets like fighters' corner sometimes. And it's like, have we not lost the plot? I don't want to win the battle and lose the war, guys. It's about winning the battle and winning the war. Not just doing one or t'other, if you know what I mean. So, sorry guys. From me now. See. Hopefully you'll be able to see. With a bit of luck. So yeah, I'm toying with the idea of coming back next week because I normally come every month, but I'm going away on a Globe Live tour for 3 months with a few other people across Europe. So I'm not going to be able to come here for 3 months, and I normally come here monthly. So I thought, you know what, maybe I should come next week and the week after, just to try and top it up a wee bit before I hop off. Because I really do enjoy the interactions, and I'm going to miss coming here for a while. And I hope that the conversation isn't dropped in the meantime. I need to keep it going, if that makes sense. So it's only dawned on me today, actually, that is the case. And I'm like, and I've got to go shortly as well. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to go soon. I want to stay until about 9 o'clock tonight, but it won't go like that. I have to go sooner than that. So I don't know, but I'm toying with the idea of staying for a bit longer. I'm just not sure it's going to go like that. So hopefully you can still hear me in the chat room. If you've got any advice for me on that one, that'd be greatly appreciated. I just had an interesting conversation with someone over there who really thought it was laughable, but within 20 seconds of talking, I'd taken that laugh away, and he was all of a sudden, and he stayed there looking at it for a while, which was encouraging. But the amount of people that think that is making a claim, they've read it wrong, or they've got cognitive dissonance. They either can't read or they've got cognitive dissonance. And I'm going on the area of cognitive dissonance because I know everyone can read.
Well, this causes cognitive dissonance because you're presenting something that conflicts with your belief system. And your belief system, if you're not willing to throw it away, and then you're toying with you become agnostic in the sense that there's good arguments on both sides.
That's right. That's right. And I think it's just about exploring all of those without any fear of what it will be.
I mean, that's why people are saying that it's psyop, because it causes that. It causes the cognitive dissonance in people. You know, if you're smart, you don't throw the baby out of the bathwater.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. And you see with so many people, they do that. They actually do that. Bad. This guy in the blue shirt with the black bag and talking to the other guy with the bald head. The guy in the light blue shirt, he called me a flat earther and told everybody that I think we're on a pizza dish. I've never met the man before in my life, and he seems to know who I am. It's crazy. I worry about people like that. I worry why people are out here to do that. I don't know what that's all about. He said, this girl thinks we're on a pizza dish flying in space. And I went, do you even know me? Weird. Very, very weird. I just get triggered by them, so I tend to stay away from them. I get quite riled up when speaking to them, so I'm like, yeah, those days are done. I won't be speaking to them again.
It's becoming more aggressive.
I've
never actually seen. I've seen a few scuffles.
Even just there with those ladies. That was ladies fighting today. Yeah. Girls, women and girls fighting. Bad. Bad. Really unnecessary, incredibly unnecessary. And it's not the first time I've seen stuff like that here before. And I tend to just try and stay away from it because that's not what this is for. This is a place for people to speak passionately about the things that they're passionate about. Hold on. And just see a situation coming up here. I'm going to show you all the people that are here. There's still quite a lot of people, so I just left the group there to see if anyone was speaking to. There's quite a few youngsters here. We'll see. We shall see. We'll see if I can find my appetizer. My mouth is getting a bit dry again, guys. Sorry. At least it's not Coke. I know people are going to tell me it's not good to drink this. But,
I was years.
Can't help it. Sorry. At least it's not Coke, okay? Can I ask you what your thoughts of this are? Do you have an opinion on anything that this banner says?
I mean, like, I believe the earth is round, but I don't really feel it. I mean, like, I don't have
So this is my banner, and all of my banner is explaining is that the claim that's been made doesn't stack up. So in this box here, I'm talking about how we're taught things in school, how our teachers are taught things, and then you go into teaching or you don't go into teaching, and you then teach what you were taught, right? In this box here, we're also taught that the globe is over 70% water, okay? But then when you look at water, it doesn't do that, it does that, okay? So if you assume the planet to be 70% plus water, and when you look out at horizons, you could be silly and say how many straight lines does it take to make a ball? I'm not sure how many straight flat horizons I'm going to look at. That's yeah.
So that picture right there, it's taken at like an angle to where it's like.
Yeah, that's not proof. That's just a visual representation for how no matter whether you're on the beach, whether you're at 40,000 feet, or whether you're looking through a camera from a high altitude balloon at 120,000 feet, that a horizon doesn't what? Okay.
What about the sun? Is the sun flat? Are the other planets flat?
So I'm not going to be an expert in everything. Okay. So here's my testimony. Okay, I'll give you my testimony. I came across this subject and I immediately dismissed it. Okay, it sounded like a completely outrageous claim to say to me what I'd been taught, like everybody else, wasn't true. For me, I'm like, okay, ministries of education, they're international. They've been around for a long time. They're going to be teaching us something that's accurate, right? So, do you think you're at school being taught a fact or a model? I just want a simple answer. Do you think it's a fact or a model that the ministries of education are teaching you? Because there is an answer to this, and you can readily find it yourself. It's not a conspiracy. So, what is it you think that they officially state they're teaching you? Do the ministries of education state that they're teaching you that this is a fact or that it's a model?
I'm not sure. Are you asking what the teaching is?
I'm asking if you know what the ministries of education classify the heliocentric. Finish the sentence. The heliocentric. No, I'm not asking what you. I'm trying to explain to you. It's not about belief. I'm trying to explain to you about the ministries of education. The ministries of education teach you the heliocentric, not facts, the heliocentric module. Okay, I take it you will go to school. How old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
High school age. Where,
Okay, so you're at the point where you're about to take your exams, yeah? Okay, so I take it you've been taught the heliocentric model like everyone internationally has, yeah? You've been taught the globe model, yeah? Not facts, it's a model. You've been taught a model by the ministries of education, okay? Those ministries of education have actually taught you a model in a partisan fashion. Do you understand what partisan is and bipartisan? Okay, what I'm trying to do, guys, here is simplify it for you. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you that you've been taught in a partisan way. Do you understand what that is? Do you understand partisan and bipartisan? Okay, so let's say your favourite football team, okay, has done something wrong and they've lied. You might not be asked to report on that because they're your favourite football team. You might be biased, okay, partisan. You may be saying it a bit one-sided because you favour that a little bit more. Not for any bad reason. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you fully indoctrinated in what you believe in to be true. Which is why certain police officers can't work on cases that they've got vested interest in, right? Because they can't investigate it properly. That's where I'm coming from. Your education system is partisan. It teaches you partisan education. You've been taught a model as if it's fact, and the ministries of education themselves admit it's a model. But they teach it to you as fact, and then they back it up with propaganda, and that's what makes it technically partisan. You're taught that model, and you're given the same images that this man makes for NASA and the space agency. So in your textbooks, they're going to give you composite images that are data. They're not real world imaging, and you're taught a model. So in my mind, I, as a person, I'm here to say to people, okay, if we're taught that as a fact, why is it all of a sudden socially unacceptable to question what we've been taught as fact? And why does society constantly give a knee-jerk reaction and say, oh, well, I don't believe the earth is flat because, and I'm like, wait. Whoa, you've run way ahead. You've done a Usain Bolt on me. Why? How did we get there, guys? You're telling me you don't think it's flat because, wait, I'm not talking about it being flat. I'm saying, guys, have you considered the possibility that that's not accurate? I don't need to tell you what it is for me to remove what it isn't. When you start making claims about what it is, you're just as bad as the people that have taught us to claim that isn't true. You understand where I'm coming from? There you go, babe. See, you've just fallen straight into it. You just did it. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So if the earth is flat, am I going to fall off the edge? Baby girl, I never told you the earth is flat. All I told, no, that there's the program response. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying now? So, let me just identify this, okay? Because you've just literally given me a case study for what I'm talking about. You just said, if the earth is flat, will I fall off the edge? My banner has explained to you that the claim that has been taught is false, okay? But your program response is now telling you pizza dish is fake. Okay, that's a program response. I need you to identify that, yeah. So what I'd need you to ask me, if it was an informed question, is if you're telling me the claim that we've been taught is not true, where is your evidence? Now I can show you all my evidence. But you're saying if it's flat, where is it? I'm going, well, that's a program response. So I'm trying to I'm trying to. No, that's not mine though. Yeah, so I'm trying to save you some time by making you go down. Why would they lie? Where's the edge? If you told me this top was yellow and I can clearly see it's blue, and she says it's yellow, and I say, sorry, why is she lying about the colour of her top? You're going to say, I don't know. You're going to have to ask her. I didn't lie. So people say, why are they lying? I'm not the one lying. All I'm saying is I'm uncovered. Yeah?
I definitely agree that you should be free to make your own opinions sometimes
Yeah.
about things you're comfortable.
Right.
But I do think that just for me, we're from America, that the information we're comfortable for, I do believe that the majority of it is factual based on just like research and just science from out entire
So can you give me some
all
examples?
the time.
If you believe this,
And I think that
what's your
definitely
main
free
belief?
to make our opinions based off of that, but I do think a lot of the things that we're given and taught in school
So for you,
are based on fact, but we can make opinions off that. So I'm not trying to like
yeah, no,
go against it here.
I'm
I'm
trying
saying
to
I
fast
agree
forward
it's
it if
good
you
that
get
we
what
can
I'm
make
saying.
our own opinions on
That's
them.
right.
But
So I'm asking what your opinions are, right? So if you all believe that we're living on what we're taught, which is fine, we can hold it against you. If you do believe, yeah, sorry, darling. If you do believe that we're living on what we're taught, give me your top 3 reasons for believing unequivocally we live on the spinning ball flying through space. Top 3 reasons. Give me your main reason that you wake up in the morning and think you're living on that.
On a round Earth.
Okay,
On what we're taught, the globe, spinning through space, going through ever existing,
well, for example, just like your bottom right square, if you're talking about gravity, right, and you're sort of suggesting.
No, wait, stop. Program response. My question to you was, what is your main belief
Yes,
that you
and
live
I was
on a
just trying
ball?
to preface my answer to you and just kind of give an example so it makes a bit more sense what I was hearing.
Okay, cool. Okay.
But I was just going to say, so you're talking about gravity there, right? And you're talking about how it needs to be strong enough to hold the oceans, correct? And then you're saying, but it's weak enough to have birds fly. Is that correct in what I'm saying? So I just think that for me, like something that I justify that with is something that I believe supports the fact
Can
that
you tell
Earth
me
is
what
round.
gravity you believe in? No, because you're using gravity. I'm really interested in this. So, what gravity are you talking about?
The gravity that I was taught in school.
Which is?
What do you mean? Gravity, like
Isaac
Newton was a.
Right, and is that the gravity you're referring to?
Yes, I am. Yes.
At least you know. A lot of people give me this program response and they're not even aware that there's 2
Oh,
types.
yeah, for sure,
One
for
that's
sure.
not used and one that is used. And a lot of people bring up the one that's not used. Can you believe that? I'm talking grown-ass adults, people that are in their 40s. Their main proof for gravity is the gravity that's not even used.
But I definitely think that
okay?
the reason, like the birds can fly, the reason the ocean is staying down flat against the earth, right, is because of mass. So that mass drawing towards the center core of the earth is what holding it down. So obviously that the ocean's going to have a lot more mass than birds. That gives the bird the ability to. But then there's penguins that are birds also, right? But they have a heavier mass. And then there's a lot more physics that's involved with their wing size and their anatomy and
For
structure.
you, that's
For me, yeah, for me. I'm just saying this is for
so
me.
before gravity was thought of, okay, before the apple dropped out the tree, okay, do you know what explained everything? Do you know what society used to explain everything?
To explain the apple
To
falling?
explain all of it.
Well, no, because I was not around in this time.
Neither was I, but I took the time to look into it, okay? So society, before gravity came along, which, by the way, is still quite a nice story, but it's not proven, okay? That's why it's called the theory of gravity. It's not called the fact of gravity.
Well, that's just like, I would just disagree with
I
that.
mean,
I just feel that
that's
it's
cool,
proven based
but
on just science and math.
I've only just recently this year been to Oxford University, where it's still a theory in universities. Okay, so you can go as high up in the education system. I'm saying
you can't prove everything.
Okay,
So I can agree.
but yeah, so in the education system, you can go as high as you want, and you'll never get past it being a theory. However, what we can clearly observe, explaining all of what gravity wants to try and explain, is relative density. Relative density covers a lot.
Wait, can I just ask you a question out of like my own thought?
Yeah, go for it, darling.
Okay, so when
I've got the camera down here, by the way, because you're youngsters, and I don't want to just put you on film like that. So don't think I'm like purposely not filming you.
And I also completely
appreciate that.
like I respect your respect, and that's how you go up.
Cool,
But I just had a question because so the Apollo space mission, they went up into space, correct?
Did you buy that? Did you buy into the space missions and the whole moon landing thing?
Yes.
They did a number on you. Yeah, so you do believe it. You believe they went to the moon.
Even if we didn't make it completely to the moon, I do believe we went into orbit.
Okay.
And circular.
And what do you think? Do you think the moon's in the atmosphere or out the atmosphere?
Out of the atmosphere. I believe that.
No. You need to go back and check. Only because in the last 18 months, all of the science bodies have now accepted that the moon is within the atmosphere. So when you do get to university level, that's what you will be taught. It's within. That's not my truth. Just go to your retrospective education boards, go as high as you can, and go and look at the new scientific discoveries that they've made. And they've now made it. And yeah, they're now the scientific community are now claiming the moon is within our atmosphere. Which for me, I'll be honest with you, that baffles me. Because I'm like, yeah, that doesn't really help me in my quest for truth. You've just kind of muddied the waters there, guys, because you said so many things had to be taken into account because you were leaving our atmosphere. But now you're telling us that same moon that left our atmosphere to go to is now within our atmosphere. And also the space agency's gone test it. They said they lost the technology to go back to the moon and it would be a painful process to build it back again, yada, yada, yada. And now we've got the American president, by the way, which are you for POTUS or not for POTUS? Are you MAGA or not MAGA?
We don't really pay attention to politics in that way.
You're like, you know what? I'm here. Yeah? Okay, cool. So for me, I'm looking at your president right now, yeah? And it looks to me like your president is slyly trolling the space agencies a little bit. Like the way he's saying to them, like, we've got X amount of time, like, we've had X amount of years. You lot said this back in the 60s. If we're not there in 5 years, then kind of thing. And he also said something that really troubled me. When he was talking about Space Force, he did a rally in Minnesota that I looked at. And when he was announcing Space Force and how much money he'd spent on it, we've got big new planes, we've got everything. It's going to be the what did he say? The sixth branch of the military or something like that, yeah? He said it's not what you think, as he pointed out. It's not what you think.
Ask a question. I just want to know, just like flat out, like why you don't believe in like space, going into space.
Okay, because I've still got no evidence of it, unfortunately. If they can show me evidence that outer space exists, I'm all for it. But while they're still giving me CGI and big budget CGI, I'm not down. Yeah, I'm not down. And that is because a part of me does feel that we've been created. I'm not sure I prescribe to a particular religion, but I do believe that we were created. I don't believe that we came from the Big Bang. And again, that worries me again about the education system because they kind of go here. On one hand, we've got days of creation in religious studies, but on the other hand, we kind of want you to believe in Darwinism. We kind of want you to believe that the Big Bang happened, and we might have you in science in the morning talking about that, and then we'll have you in religious studies in the afternoon talking about that. And I feel like for a youngster like yourself, that's not fair. You know, our lives are so short that other than primitive learning, reading, writing, basic arithmetic, why are we being like told all of these things to kind of keep us? It stops us, I think, from being free thinkers. It stops us, I think, from being as creative as we possibly can be because we kind of keep ourselves in these kind of guidelines that we're taught to keep within what's socially acceptable. And I think that the longer that happens, the more that we're going to have non-critical thinking individuals just believing in what we're taught because the authority says it's true. So for me, I'll just finish. So where you said why I believe. So for me, it's not a belief. I went to prove that being true. I took this whole subject and I went, well, I'm going to look for evidence that I do live on what I was taught. Actually, I'm just going to go and I'm going to put this to sleep in like 5 minutes. Like literally 5 minutes. Went out and started making observations. So like I said, from 10 miles to 125 kilometers, we're making laser land-based observations that you would not be able to do if we were living on the same calculations that the space agencies use. That's my worry. Why can't I match that up? I feel like a little bit like Columbo. Like, okay, there's your data. Now let me match it. Okay, let me go over water. Let me link up with people that can go to the Bolivian salt flats. Let me link up with people that are going to major flat places. See if we can find any evidence of this curve they say exists. Let's talk to some commercial pilots. They'll sort it out for us. Wait, now the commercial pilots are saying that they don't account for curvature. Oh, hold on a minute. They're called aeroplanes. Okay, is that a little joke? No, wait, let's see, let's talk to them. Then we've got commercial pilots saying, yeah, like, we don't account for curvature. Like, if we did account for curvature, we'd be having to dip the nose every 9 degrees every 1,000 feet. And if we do live on a ball, we would just fly straight off. And I'm like, Where's the punchline here? I'm looking for Ashton Kutcher telling me this. I'm getting punked or something. But there's definitely something going on here. There's definitely something going on. There is definitely a reason the space agencies get to a certain point where they cut to CGI. It's like I'm really waiting for that whole. They fly away from us, and then all they need to do is just without a CGI moon going in the shot. Like I'm a human, and if you say we live on that, I want to see it. If it can be filmed in 4K, it normally is. If I'm watching Big Brother, Celebrity Get Me Out of Here, Love Island, all of that, they have cameras on people sleeping and people watch it, yeah? So if they've got cameras...
Thank you so much
for
telling
go
us.
for it.
We do have to go.
No worries, no worries. Thank you so much for speaking to me. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
All right, darling, you too. Okay, so I spoke to the youngsters there. They kind of cut me off though. Hello. It's leaving.
Yes.
Like, we need to go.
I'm afraid we've got to go.
Yeah. We've got to go, man. As much as I'm... Would you be angry if I did stay? If I walked you to the car and come back, would you be angry? Jason said, I was asking in the chat room. I said, I slightly need to leave, but I don't want to disappoint Jason. Jason said, yeah. Jason's alright with it, guys.
No,
it's fine, I'll carry it.
Leaflets or anything away from you?
No, I'll take the lot. Yeah. You're just getting to walk away, aren't you?
I can walk away.
No. What Shape is the World and Tiana's just turned up as well. So that's Tiana and What Shape is the World. So yeah, they've just turned up as well. So I feel I can't leave. If can't leave, it's not leaving. It's not good question. You make it look like it's my fault. You make it look like it's my problem. It's not good question. No, Jason's got to go in the camper. The camper is down the road.
Oh, really?
It's there. It's in real life. It's real world now, Dave. It's real world. I was actually cutting some shapes to, what is this name? Pete Tong. I was cutting some shapes to Pete Tong on the camper. I had to celebrate it. It was good. So, as you hear, I'm here for another few hours now. My friend's going, but I just said I can't. I've just had some friends that have just turned up, and I'm like, no, not leaving, not happening. So, Roxanne's just trying to adjust the tripod. So now we're going to have Smoker's Corner with Trinity 4, myself. Barry, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to have a fag and come back. Is that all right? Yeah? Jason's got to go, man. But I'm staying. And Astral, you need to reply to the chat. It's make it look like my fault. It's make it look like my problem. What? No sound.